Worland Lady Warriors. Worland has made the trip over, Chubb saying mostly quadrant games and conference games. Next weekend, the Lady Broncs take the long trip down to Cheyenne, and that's going to be a tough weekend. You get on the bus, travel, on a bus, that's about a 5-hour trip down to Cheyenne, sit in the gym waiting for the varsity to go on, and they're going to play the number 1 team in the state, Cheyenne East, or number 2 team in the state, depending on which week of rankings you're looking at. And then they play Cheyenne Central as well down in their home gym. So tough weekend upcoming for the Lady Broncs, but they're going to take on Worland here today. And a reminder, if you've turned this broadcast on your radio, but you're around a tablet, laptop, cell phone, Sheridan Media is streaming this game, and it's such a great way to watch the game. The audio is piped in. It's score is kept. The time is right. It's just a really nice deal that Sheridan Media can do the video and the audio for these home games if you're not able to make it. So if you're cleaning out the garage or something today, put the game on, turn on SheridanMedia.com, click on the homepage, and you will be able to see all the action of your Lady Broncs and Broncs here today. As far as the boys go, boys last night lost a heartbreaker to Natrona. They really battled with Natrona. Both teams shot lights out, in particular in the first half. Broncs dropped the game by 4 points. It was 64-68, and as I said, Natrona just shot lights out in that first half. Sheridan shot very well, but that was the difference in the ball game, is Natrona just really hot shooting. You can't point to one thing that the Broncs did poorly necessarily that cost them the game. They didn't shoot great free throws down the stretch, but even at that, like I said, Natrona just couldn't miss from three, couldn't miss down in the paint, and that was the difference in the ball game, and not something you can hang your head about if you're the Broncs, because Natrona came into that game undefeated and continues to be undefeated. They're 12-0 right now, and a very solid team down there in Casper. But we've got Lady Bronc action first. Lady Broncs 11-2 on the season. They are warming up on the floor. We'll take a break, come back, preview this game a little more closely, and get you excited for starting lineups and tip-off. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill or explore a new hobby? Sheridan College's community interest classes are the perfect way to do just that. Explore the upcoming courses, fun and engaging classes like painting, to investing, to fly fishing, or even pottery or self-defense, just to name a few. So what are you waiting for? Find out more and register today at sheridan.edu/community or by calling 307-675-0100. Sheridan College, a higher degree of you.
Winter and all of its uncertainty is here, and that means it's time to prepare for what's ahead. Have your shovels, snow blowers, and windshield scrapers ready, as you never know when the next Wyoming storm will hit. This is Colton Bates with the best real estate team, and like our weather, the real estate market is always changing, so why not be prepared for its seasons as well? Now is the time to build your team of pros, your checklist of wants and needs, and more, so you can be ready for anything that comes your way. As a potential buyer or seller, let us at Best help you prepare for both the storms and the sunshine. For help in every season, call me Colton at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by eXp. Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting wyomingcorporateoffice.com today.
Did you make a New Year's resolution yet? Make your resolution to earn money while you spend it. Start the year off right with Camco Federal Credit Union's Rewards Checking Program. With our Earn Better Rewards Checking accounts, you can earn up to 2% on qualifying balances, and ATM fees up to $25 are refunded when qualified. At Camco Federal Credit Union, we want to help our members start 2024 by taking a step in the right direction to financial betterment. Join Camco Federal Credit Union and become a member today. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
This is State Senator Dave Kinski, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Broncs getting set to take on the Worland Warriors here in a late morning matchup. Game was scheduled to tip off at 11:30. JV game ran a little bit long, so we're going to be about 15 minutes behind. The boys game was set to tip off about 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're guessing that'll be more close to 1:15 or so. So the Lady Broncs, and we've said this in a lot of pre-games this season, Lady Broncs are expected to win this game. Lady Broncs, we knew they were going to have an athletic team when they came into the season. Look a little different than maybe what they have the past 3-4 years. And, well, actually, let's be honest, last 7 or 8 years. The Lady Bronc team, very athletic, and they really you look at Worland and Sheridan, they're going to be the better team. So how does Sheridan respond after having a late night game down in Casper? They drive back home last night, get in late, and then have to wake up and come to the JV game and watch their teammates in the program play, and then get set to play this matchup against Worland. We'll see if they can come out and kind of squash it early. We thought maybe that would happen last night in Natrona because Sheridan, again, in my opinion, is superior to Natrona. Not that Natrona's a bad team by any means, but we felt like Sheridan was the better team than Natrona, and they didn't shoot well, so they couldn't run away from it. And then they came out in that second half and went up by 17 points at one time. And you saw the athleticism and the skill of the Lady Broncs take over versus the Phillies last night. We assume that same thing should happen against Worland here today. Worland on the season, just 3-10. They're 0-2 in quadrant play. Worland doesn't have a single kid averaging over 6.5 points a game. They are pretty balanced in terms of scoring, but they don't have one or two girls who are even close to double figures. They're a small-ish team in terms of size, so Sheridan's got the size advantage. They've got the athletic advantage, and Sheridan's a very skilled team as well, so we're going to assume that the Lady Broncs have the skill advantage as well. And the band is here. The pep band for SHS is here. It's a good atmosphere here at the Sheridan Gymnasium. Pretty good crowd here on an afternoon game, and I'm sure it'll fill up more as we get closer to tip-off for the boys. Again, not a lot of home games for the Lady Broncs and Broncs this season. The next home game for the Lady Broncs and Broncs will take place February 9th. February 9th, they take on Cheyenne South. February 10th, they take on Laramie. And then February 16th, Sheridan plays at home versus Campbell County. And then they get Natrona at home that following week. And then it's regionals, and Sheridan gets to host regionals this year, so that's just an awesome experience to be able to host regionals. It's been 8 years or so since Sheridan's been able to host regionals, so what a great experience for these three seniors on the girls' team when they get to take on regionals. But there's a lot of season before we get there. I mentioned the three seniors, Adeline Burgess, Addie Pendergast, and Allie Lagaki. They'll all be in the starting lineup for these Lady Broncs. Burgess is averaging almost 13 points a game. She's shooting 41, or at least came into the weekend shooting 41% from three. She struggled last night from the three-point line, but continued to shoot, which is what you want to see Addie do. That is her role on the team, along with playing defense and handling the basketball. And she got some really good looks last night down in Natrona, just didn't get a lot to fall. She did finish with 11 points. She I don't want to say caught fire, but she did shoot better in the second half and was able to get closer to her scoring average. And then we look at Addie Pendergast. She's a senior, averaging 7 points and 3 assists a game. She's the primary point guard for the team. When she subs out, Allie Lagaki will run the point. But Addie Pendergast finished with her season average of 7 points last night. Addie does a great job defensively. Usually she's guarding either the most difficult assignment in terms of guards or the second most difficult assignment in terms of guards defensively. And then Allie Lagaki, the senior, 10.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. And Lagaki, like Burgess, was very cold from the perimeter last night. I think she was 0 for 5 in the first half from the three-point line last night, but had great looks just like Burgess did. Sheridan just couldn't get them to fall. We'll round out the starting lineup as we get set for the national anthem. Avery McMullen is a junior. She, like Pendergast, will draw the toughest defensive assignment pretty much every evening, and she's doing a great job on the defensive end. And then finally, Lady Broncs, in terms of scoring and rebounding, they're led by the freshman Mesa Haniff. Haniff averaging 17 points in a game, or per game, which is 4th in the state. She's averaging 9th and 9 rebounds a game, which is 2nd in the state. And the national anthem is getting set to start, so we will take a break and come back with Lady Bronc basketball.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
Are you ready for calving season? Head into Farmers Co-op to get all your supplies from milk replacer by Payback to some vitamin A and D shots and heat lamps to get those calves up and moving. Don't forget to grab some gloves for yourself and the family. You'll probably go through a lot this season. Yep, Farmers Co-op has you covered during calving, and remember to pick up a Smart Lick tub for the mamas. They'll need that little extra energy as well. Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. National Anthem just finished up, and we are getting set for Lady Bronc basketball versus the Worland Lady Warriors, an interclass matchup. 4A Sheridan versus 3A Worland. Worland's 3-10 on the season. Starting lineups being announced for Worland right now. Madeline Glantz, she's a 5'6 junior, averages just 2.5 points a game. Number 10, Nayeli Aguayo, she's a senior, stands 5'7". She is the leading scorer on the team for the Warriors. Number 12, Taylor Simmons, she averages 2.5 points a game. And we also have Mackenzie Ray, 5.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds a game. And Manaya Peterson, just under 5 points a game and 3 rebounds a game. They start 1, 2, 3 seniors and 2 juniors. And you can hear the crowd get a little bit more excited as the Lady Broncs starting lineup is announced. They start with the senior, stands 5'4", Addie Burgess, second leading scorer on the Lady Broncs so far this season. Avery McMullen, the junior, stands about 5'7", wears number 12. Addie Pendergast, 5'6" senior, averaging close to 3 assists per game. Mesa Haniff, the freshman that had 24 points last night against Natrona, wears number 30. Mesa, fourth leading scorer in the state, as I said, 17 points a game. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 33, Allie Lagaki. She's a senior, she's listed at 5'11", averaging 10.5 points a game. For the Lady Broncs, Haniff's going to jump it up. Lady Broncs are in their home whites with gold and blue trim, blue numerals. Worland Warriors have a black and orange color scheme, just like Natrona. Worland is in road black with orange trim and orange and white trim and orange numerals. Tip is won by Haniff. Lagaki gets the ball, passes off to Pendergast, and Pendergast starts the offense near the volleyball line. Broncs working left to right across your radio dial. Pendergast moves over to the right wing, passes to Burgess, top of the key, over to Lagaki, left wing. Lagaki about 28 feet from the hoop, puts the ball on the floor, wants to direct traffic, passes it over to McMullen, left wing, now to Burgess, swing it over to Lagaki, right wing, looking inside for Haniff. Worland's in a zone. They're zoning. Haniff scores a lot. They're going to try to drop down on Haniff, it looks like, and just not let her get the ball on the interior. Pendergast with it, as the Lady Broncs are very patient this possession. They're handling the ball about 30 feet from the hoop. Lagaki passes over to McMullen. Bad pass, knocked out of bounds. Last touch, though, by Worland. That was Madeline Glantz, got a hand on it. Allie just telegraphed that pass. Glantz got a hand on it and knocked it out the left sideline. Avery McMullen inbounding for the Lady Broncs. Game just got underway, if you're tuning in late. It's okay, because the tip-off was about 15 minutes late, and Lady Broncs are underway. It's 0-0, first period, 7-12 on the range scoreboard. Pendergast with it. Entry pass to Haniff. She goes up and catches it, gets the low block, fires a shot up and good, and the leading scorer for Lady Broncs starts them off tonight with 2-0. Not tonight, I should say this morning. Always hard when the game starts before noon. Worland breaks pressure by Sheridan. It's number 20, Peterson, with it. She passes over to Glantz. Glantz got hit in the face by McMullen. And are they going to get a foul on McMullen? She definitely hit her in the face, and the officials kind of talk it over. They say, well, okay, we do have a foul. So foul on Avery McMullen. And sideline out of bounds play for Worland. Aguayo inbounding for the Warriors. She passes into Glantz. Glantz passes off to Aguayo. Aguayo one dribble. Lady Broncs come out in the zone as well. Passing goes around the perimeter. They find a cutting Glantz down underneath. She missed it, and rebound goes to the Lady Broncs. Pendergast across half court. Kicks it over to Burgess. She fires a three. Left side, short. Ball bounces around, last touched by Worland and out of bounds. So Lady Broncs retain possession. Nice to see Burgess fire up a three early. Like I said, she was cold last night. Love to see the senior just keep firing. You know, good shooters, you've got to shoot. Shoot until you find that rhythm. So she fired that one up. Off the inbound, gets the pass, passes back to Pendergast, and they swing it around right side to McMullen. She's looking inside for Haniff, doesn't get it to her, goes to Lagaki. She struggled from three last night. She fires a deep one, doesn't get it to go, and Worland pulls down the rebound. Lady Broncs lead 2-0, 6:15 on the range scoreboard. Glands with it, passes off to Aguayo. Aguayo top of the key, picked up by Haniff. Lady Bronx still in this 1-3-1 zone. Pass goes down low. Aguayo, she can't handle it. It touches the baseline, and a turnover by Worland. Worland not showing pressure. They're just back in this 2-3 zone, and the middle of that 2-3 zone down near the baseline, she's just sagging down every time Haniff cuts across the lane. Now Haniff will run the high post. She doesn't have the ball. It's Lagaki on the left wing. Now it goes to Pendergast at the high post as Haniff drops down. Pendergast, nice little pass to Haniff. Step through. Good little pass off to Pendergast in the paint. Pendergast can't get the layup to go, and rebound goes to Peterson. Peterson up the right side, dribbling right-handed. Hands it off to Aguayo, and Aguayo sets the offense. Aguayo, right side. Little lob pass goes over to Ray, and that's pass is stolen away. Burgess jumped the passing lane up the left side. Pass to Haniff. Haniff drug her foot. Shot up and good. Mesa Haniff with 4. She has all 4 for the Lady Bronx. Lady Bronx have an early lead of 4-0. 5.5 minutes to go on the range scoreboard. Glands with a bounce pass almost stolen away, and then Aguayo walks. Good call there. This pressure, just watching the first 2.5 minutes of the game, it doesn't look like Worland is really confident with the basketball. Aguayo's doing a decent job with it, but when it goes to other players, right now they're not terribly confident with it, and Lady Bronx force another turnover by the Warriors. Inbound pass to Pendergast, to Lagaki, back to Pendergast. They're just going to pass it back and forth for a little bit, get the offense set. Burgess comes up on the right wing, receives the pass, now passes back to Pendergast. Right wing, looking inside. Oh, bad pass by Pendergast. Glands once again jumped to the passing lane, gets the steal this time. Passes off to the right side. It's number 12, Simmons. Simmons, one dribble, pass it over to Aguayo. Aguayo gets it to the corner, Ray. Ray back to the basket in the corner, gets it to Aguayo. Aguayo back to Ray. Ray gets the ball batted away by Haniff. Haniff has a wide open layup. She chooses to go to the left side up and in. Mesa Haniff with 6, all 6 of the Lady Bronx points. 4.5 minutes to go, and Worland wants a timeout, and I don't blame him. Quick timeout by Worland. Head coach Mark Mortimer wants to settle his team down, but this full court pressure is causing some issues right now for the Lady Warriors. And 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here. Lady Bronx on the season are 11-2. Good record. They've played some tough teams early in the season, meaning the first tournament over in Riverton. They didn't. They've had some of the west side that's not nearly as strong on the girls' side of the state. They played them early, but then played 2 good teams in Buffalo and Worland, and then went down to Cheyenne. And again, the competition wasn't as good down there for a preseason, or not a preseason, but an early season tournament. And then the Lady Bronx, as they get into quadrant play, have played much tougher competition, and they get to play Worland here tonight. And this pressure right now is causing havoc on Worland, as they've turned it over 3 times in the first 3 minutes. Out of the timeout, it's Worland basketball. Simmons with it. She's picked up by Burgess. Simmons wants to get rid of it, gets it to Aguayo. Aguayo, guarded by McMullen. Now Burgess jumps her. Double team along the sideline. She manages to get a pass across half court to Glands, and Glands will dribble right hand. Picked up by McMullen. Lady Bronx shown man-to-man after they do the three-quarter court trapping pressure. The pass goes to the corner. Simmons passes up Aguayo. She's at the three-point line right side. Pass it off the left side. Glands. Glands, one dribble back to Aguayo. Not a lot of movement going on for the Warriors right now. Goes to Ray. Ray, top of the key, one dribble. Tries to hit a backdoor Simmons and threw it a row up. Threw it off the Sheridan Bronx cheerleaders down along the baseline. 6-0, Lady Bronx up. Another turnover by Worland in the early going. Wagner has checked into the ball game. The sophomore Cam Wagner checked in for the Lady Bronx as Pendergast took a seat on the bench. So it's Burgess, Wagner, Haniff, Lagaki, and McMullen on the floor. Lagaki with it in the corner, passes off Wagner. Wagner looking for McMullen. Instead, skip pass goes to Burgess in the corner. Burgess pump fakes, gets 10 feet away, fires up a shot and goes. Addie Burgess with her first bucket of the ball game. 8-0. Lady Bronx lead, 3:36 on the range scoreboard. Glands passes it off to Peterson along the right sideline. Back to Glands. One dribble, and she throws it away. Ball's on the floor. McMullen tries to run it down. Glands gives chase, and so does Burgess. Ball's bounced around. Burgess touched it, throws it off of Glands and out of bounds. So Sheridan gets possession. Another turnover by Worland. I've got him down for 5 turnovers already in the ball game. McMullen checks out. Pendergast back in. So it's the starters minus Avery McMullen, and Cam Wagner, the sophomore, is on the floor. Cam Wagner's number 21. She's listed at 5'8". Simmons passes it off left side to Aguayo. This is a different Aguayo who just checked in the ball game. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lagaki as the Lady Bronx are jumping the passing lane. So Yahira Aguayo and Nayeli Aguayo. Nayeli Aguayo wears number 10. She's the one that's primarily running the point guard. Yahira has just checked into the ball game. So 2 Aguayos. This time it's Nayeli Aguayo with the basketball. Passes off to Rollins. Rollins swings it over to the other Aguayo. That's Yahira. She passes off to Nayeli. Nayeli fires a shot over Haniff. Off the glass, no good, and they'll get Haniff for a foul as Nayeli Aguayo just dove into the lane and fired up a wild shot. Didn't go, but she's going to be rewarded with 2 free throws. 8-0 here in the early going. 2:56 on the range scoreboard. Bronx game to follow. Bronx dropped a heartbreaker last night to Natrona, lost by 4. Natrona's undefeated on the season on the boys' side, as Aguayo gets Worland on the board for their first point of the ball game. 8-1. Nayeli eyes her second free throw. A few dribbles, puts it up, and that goes as well. So Aguayo, leading scorer for this Worland team, has her first 2 points of the ball game. Pendergast across half court quickly, gets it to the half court, passes off to Wagner. Wagner over to Pendergast, right wing, left-hand dribble to the top of the key. Swing it over to Lagaki, left wing, about 30 feet from the hoop. Pass it up to Wagner near the volleyball line. She swings it over Pendergast, right wing. They're looking inside for Haniff. They get it to Haniff. Haniff little bully ball down low, and she lays it up and in. Mesa Haniff just lowered her shoulder, took 1 dribble, shot it off the glass, got it to go. The freshman has 8. 10-2. Aguayo with it, passes off to Rollins. Rollins a couple dribbles, ball stolen away by Wagner. She gets it to Burgess. Burgess, nice little pass to Wagner, who runs the floor, left side, shot up and good. Cam Wagner, her first bucket of the ball game. The sophomore averages 4.5 points a game off the bench for the Lady Bronx. Provides some rebounding and does a nice job defensively. She's quick, athletic, and shuts down passing lanes. Worland breaks pressure this time. Aguayo passes it off to Yahira Aguayo. She fires a 3. That doesn't go. Lagaki battles for the rebound. It's knocked loose, and Burgess comes up with it. Addie Burgess in transition. Passes off to Wagner. Left side. Off to Lagaki. Lagaki stops at the elbow. Fires a 2 off the front iron. Can't get that to go. Yahira Aguayo with the rebound. Pass off to Nayeli Aguayo. Aguayo, right side, gets past Wagner, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Rollins. Rollins, a couple dribbles left side, fires it off the glass and good. Rollins with that's the first field goal Worland has scored in the ball game. They had 2 free throws and now a field goal, so it's 12-4. Lady Bronx lead. 1:28 to go here in the first. Lagaki with it in the half court, left wing. Oh, good pass to Haniff. Haniff went up and caught it. Left-hand layup, good. Haniff already in double digits. She has 10 of the 14 points for the Lady Bronx. Good pass by Lagaki. She put it up high. Haniff went up and got it. So the assist goes to the senior and 2 more points for the freshman. Across half court, Aguayo has it. Bounce pass to Aguayo. She didn't pass to herself. She passed it off to Yahira. Yahira passes off to Nayeli. Nayeli fires up a wild pass. That goes out of bounds. It was too high. She was looking for Mackenzie Ray, and the ball just went right out of bounds. I'm sorry. She was looking for Mania Peterson. The ball goes out of bounds, and Coach Sullivan makes a quick substitution. Kaylee Chase checks into the ball game. Setting the floor for your Lady Bronx is the sophomore Cam Wagner, senior Addie Pendergast, senior Allie Lagaki, junior Kaylee Chase, and junior Avery McMullen. Pendergast across half court, operating on the point. 14-4, Lady Bronx up 10. Just under a minute to go here in the first period. Pass goes to Lagaki, right corner. Swing it out, Wagner. Looking inside for Pendergast to the high post. Doesn't get it to her. Gets to Lagaki instead. Lagaki triple teamed in the paint. Passes out to McMullen. Another pass. Extra pass to Cam Wagner. She fires a 3. Doesn't go. Worland with a nice rebound. And Kaylee Chase is going to get whistled for a push in the back on that rebound as Mania Peterson fell to the floor. So Chase checks into the ball game and immediately fouls, going for the offensive rebound. Chase, a junior, listed at 5'9". And Aguayo, trying to break pressure, passes it off to Yahira Aguayo. Now it goes over to 20. That's Peterson. Peterson, 1 dribble. She's shut down by Wagner. Pass goes up top. Aguayo, swing it around right side. Back to Aguayo, top of the key. Swing it out. Pass it off to number 12, Simmons. She'll fire a 3. That doesn't go. Poor box out that time. And because Sheridan didn't box out, it was Kaylee Chase. That ball gets bounced out of bounds, and Worland gets to keep the basketball. As soon as that shot goes up, you got to find a body and put it on him. That time Kaylee Chase did not. 14-4, Lady Bronx up 10, 18.3 seconds to go. Inbound pass goes down to Peterson. She fires a shot up, air ball. Rebound to Lagaki. Lagaki, 1 dribble. Get it off to Wagner. Wagner didn't see it coming and just lost it out of bounds. Lagaki got the rebound, was looking to go in transition. Cam was up the sideline, left side. And Lagaki, I'm not sure if it hit Cam's forehead or left hand. Hit one of those body parts and went out of bounds. Lady Bronx showing a 1-3-1 zone. Cam Wagner, Avery McMullen, Kaylee Chase, Allie Lagaki, and Addie Pendergast on the floor. 10-point lead for the Lady Bronx. Pass goes left side. Rollins. She swings it over to the corner. That's Aguayo. Aguayo turns her back on it. Goes to Glanz. Glanz Passes up top. Worland didn't know the clock was running out, and they don't even get a shot off. And we end the first 14-4. Lady Broncs up. We'll take a short break, come back with second quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
The break free from the bitter cold event continues into the weekend at Waring Chevrolet. You never know when the next storm's going to hit, so Waring Chevrolet has marked down their entire inventory going into the weekend. The lot's full of new Chevrolets, massive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. This is the weekend to come in and let the sales team show you the Waring way of buying a vehicle. It's not just a sale, it's a meltdown. The break free from the bitter cold event will last as long as the higher temperatures do. Waring Chevrolet online, WaringSheridan.com.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Aaron Lagaki with you. Lady Broncs lead by 10, 14-4 at the end of the first quarter. Lady Broncs taking on the Worland Lady Warriors. It'll be Worland basketball out of the quarter break. Lady Broncs were making a concerted effort to get the ball down to the freshman, their leading scorer, Mesa Hanift, and they did so. Hanift was rewarded with 10 points in the first quarter, so a good start for the Lady Broncs. But they were very, very patient, didn't fire very many perimeter shots. They took a couple, but for the most part, everything was getting fed inside, and they have taken advantage. They're up 10, and Worland can't handle it out of the quarter break. They immediately turn it over. Another turnover by Worland. I've got them down for 7 in the ball game. That ball was just thrown out of bounds. They couldn't handle the pressure being applied by Wagner. So Lady Bronc basketball, second quarter up 10. Pendergast swings it over Burgess, quickly back to Pendergast, right wing. Swing it over McMullen, now kick it over to Burgess. In the corner, wide open three. She fires it long. Hanift battling for the offensive board with Glanz. Glanz touched it, as did Hanift, and the call goes the way of Worland. They both were battling for it, tipped it up in the air a couple times. Ball fell on the baseline, and the referees say Worland basketball, last touch by Hanift. Inbound pass goes to Nayeli Aguayo. She gets it off to Yahira Aguayo. Yahira up the right sideline. Yahira passes off to Rollins. Rollins triple teamed. Burgess comes up with it on the steal. Gets it to Pendergast. Pendergast one-on-one. Gets to the low block. Now she's stopped by Aguayo. Looking for somebody. Pivots. Finds Wagner. Top of the key. Three. Long. Wagner gives chase. Good effort trying to save that ball, but her right foot stepped on the sideline and out of bounds. Good look from Cam Wagner on the three, and then a good job following her own shot. Missed the three, just couldn't run it down in time to save it from going out of bounds. 14-4 is the score. Lady Broncs up 10. Worland breaks the pressure. They get it to Yahira. Yahira Aguayo. She's in the corner, double teamed by Wagner and McMullen. Now pass goes to the corner. Rollins. Now to Nayeli Aguayo. Aguayo, layup. Good. Oh boy, she knifed through Wagner and Hanift. Put it up and in. Nayeli Aguayo has 4 in the ball game. 14-6. Lady Broncs up 8. 6:49 on the range scoreboard. We're in the second quarter. Pendergast with it, swing it off to Burgess. Burgess, now to McMullen. Pass was knocked away by Aguayo, and then the other Aguayo. So Nayeli tipped it. Yahira picked it up, and then McMullen fouled. So second foul on the junior. Cam Wagner takes a seat on the bench, and I think Coach Sullivan wants to talk to her about that double team that happened down there and allowed Aguayo to split it and get to the hoop. 14-6 is the score. Worland breaks pressure. They get it up to Yahira Aguayo. She's along the baseline, falling out of bounds. Had to get rid of it. Haniff tipped it. Lagaki comes up with it. Pass goes to Pendergast, right side. Pendergast gets the low block. And Glanz fouled her before the shot. Good call. Glanz got both hands on her as Pendergast was penetrating toward the low block. So foul goes against Glanz. Her first in the ball game. McMullen inbounding for the Lady Broncs. Looking for Hanift. Doesn't have her yet. Hanift cuts. Now she goes to Lagaki instead, right wing. Lagaki eyes the three. Nobody put a hand in her face. Lagaki fires it. That's long. Avery McMullen offensive rebound. Now to Burgess. Now to Lagaki. Lagaki gets to the free throw line. Good pass to Hanift. Hanift. Spin move back to the basket. Kick it out McMullen. 3-point line. McMullen. One dribble. She does fire a three. In and out. Ball bounces around. Offensive board for Addie Pendergast. Bounce pass goes to Hanift. Hanift did a great job posting up as Ray tried to reach through her, and a foul goes against Ray. That's the second team foul against Worland here in this quarter. So Sheridan will inbound from the baseline after the substitution. Aaron Newton, the freshman, checks in for Avery McMullen. Newton has played a decent number of varsity games for Lady Broncs. Just a freshman, she's listed. Aaron Newton's listed at 5'7". Inbound pass goes to Hanift. Hanift looking for Newton, cutting. Hanift dribbles left-handed, thought about the three, goes to Lagaki instead. Lagaki right past Aguayo, left-hand layup, up and good. Lagaki's in the scorebook. Her first 2 of the ball game, and it's 16-6. 5:51 on the range scoreboard in the second period. Yahira Aguayo across half court, across half court in the corner, gets it off to Robertson. Robertson fires a shot, short, doesn't go. Hannaford, good box out. Burgess and Hannaford give chase. Hannaford comes up with it, pass off to Pendergast. Pendergast near the top of the key, works right side now, right wing. Hits Lagaki. She fires an NBA range three and hits it. 5 points for Lagaki, 19-6, as Pendergast just dished it off and nobody stepped out to cover Lagaki. She took a deep three from that right wing. Nothing but net for Lagaki. She was cold last night. Good to see her get a three to fall down here in this first half. On the other end, Aguayo can't handle it, and Newton was in the way, and Aguayo fouls. That's Yahira Aguayo. Yahira's a senior, as is Naeli. I'm assuming there may be some relation, but I don't know that for sure. On the floor for the Lady Bronx, it's Lagaki, Cam Wagner, Burgess, Hannaford, and Newton. 19-6, Lady Bronx lead, 5:06, and Burgess handles the point guard duties this possession. Burgess penetrates into the lane, little up fake, kicks it out to Wagner at the elbow. Wagner works left, she's fouled by Glanz. Glanz got that little pump fake from Cam Wagner, got Glanz up in the air, and Glanz, as she was coming down, just hip-checked Wagner. So fourth team foul on Worland this period. From now on, there's 5 minutes to go still in the first half. From now on, the Lady Bronx will shoot 2 free throws every foul on Worland, except for offensive fouls. Aaron Newton inbounding from the sideline. Lady Bronx again working left to right. They'll switch at halftime. Burgess, top of the key. Penetrates to the low block. Fires up a shot. She's fouled and goes to the line to shoot 2. Mackenzie Ray came over help side. Got her with the body. Just stepped into Burgess. She was straight up, but she stepped in with her left foot. And Ray is significantly taller than Burgess. Ray's listed at 6 foot. Burgess is listed at 5'4". Burgess went into the paint, took on the trees, and gets rewarded with 2 free throws. Burgess puts that up and good. Well, in addition to being a good three-point shooter, Burgess is a very good free throw shooter, 6th in the state, shooting 84%. Burgess hits the first. It's 20-6. Receives the ball for the second. That one's up, and it goes. Addie Burgess hits them both. So she has 4 points in the ball game. 21-6. Lady Bronx up 15. Aguayo crosses half court, looking for Ray. Ray can't handle it, out of bounds, and another turnover by Worland. 15-point lead for the Lady Bronx. Well, they've come out in the early going and done what we kind of expected the Lady Bronx to do, apply a lot of ball pressure, and Worland has not been able to handle it. Burgess passes off to Lagaki. Lagaki works down into the paint, splits a double team, shot up and good. Ali Lagaki with 7. Boy, somebody's got to step in help side for Worland right there. Lagaki went from the three-point line all the way down the right side to the low block. Nobody stepped all the way in and help side to stop her, make her pass it, and she had an easy layup. 23-6, Lady Bronx lead, and Worland turns it over again. Burgess with it. Nice little bounce pass to Newton. Newton can't handle the pass. Oh, Newton had an easy layup, couldn't handle the pass. Saves it inbounds. She was falling out of bounds, and it's Worland basketball. Robertson slows it up for Worland, gets it to Aguayo. That's Naeli. Back to Robertson. She fires the 3 left wing. Short. Hannaford with the rebound. Hannaford. Left-hand dribble, looks up the floor, finds Burgess, and Burgess crosses half court left side. Burgess gets to the three-point line, looking inside, finds Lagaki. Lagaki along the baseline, bounce pass out to Wagner. Wagner, 1 dribble, shot up and good. Cam Wagner with 4. Good decision by Cam. Cam had an 18-foot shot. Nobody guarded her. She decided to take 1 dribble in and take a 13-foot shot. Knocked it down, and it's 25-6. Lady Bronx up 19. Aguayo crosses half court, kicks it left to Navarro. Navarro looking for Ray, and ball was tipped. Last touch by Wagner. It stays Worland basketball. Substitution for Sheridan. Hannaford and Burgess check out. They go over to the bench. McMullen and Pendergast into the game, so set the floor for the Lady Bronx. Obviously, McMullen and Pendergast. They are joined by Newton, Lagaki, and Wagner. Worland inbounding. Can't find anybody. They throw up an entry pass. It's run down by Robertson. Pass goes out to the three-point line. Shot up, no good. The ball bounced off the backboard by Simmons. Lady Bronx rebound. Lagaki with it. Lagaki gets the low block. Fires up a little 10-footer. Doesn't get it to go. Cam Wagner offensive board. Fires up a shot. It's partially blocked. And Worland comes up with the basketball. 25-6. Lady Bronx lead. Quickly across half court. Aguayo gets past Wagner. Into the paint. Fires a wild pass. It's run down by Robertson. Robertson swings it over left side. Navarro. Skip pass right side. Shot up, no good. Simmons couldn't get it to go, but an offensive rebound by Aguayo. That's Naeli. Yahira's out of the game. Good pass from Naeli. Couldn't be handled, though. And the Lady Bronx come over with a steal. Lagaki with it. In transition to McMullen. McMullen had an open look. Decides to pass to Lagaki instead. Now it goes to Pendergast, top of the key. Pendergast drives in the lane. Nice through to a couple defenders. Shot up and fouled. No good on the shot. Pendergast a little upset that one didn't fall. She went at the end one. Shot it just a hair hard off the glass. It bounced off the rim and doesn't go. Pendergast to the line to shoot 2. Pendergast scored 7 last night against Natrona. She averages 7 on the season. Also averages 3 assists a game. Shot up and good for Addie. She's in the scorebook for the first time today. Pendergast has struggled from the free throw line so far this season. Coming into the weekend, she was shooting 42%. Good rotation on the ball, nice looking shot, just hasn't had success from the free throw line thus far in the season. Pendergast eyes this one, puts it up, and it goes. Addie Pendergast with her first 2 points of the ball game, and it's 27-6. Lady Bronx up 21. Aguayo with it, that's Nayeli. Nayeli swings it over right side to Ray. Dribbles. Goes. She's guarded by Hannif. Now pass goes down low. Lagaki steps over, and Worland kicks it out to Aguayo, who fires a 15-footer. Shot's good. Nayeli Aguayo with 6. Almost at her season average of 6.5. 27-8 is your score. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Lagaki with it on the right wing. Swings it to the freshman Newton. Newton, left-hand dribble. Pass goes up top to Pendergast, and now Pendergast looks over to the bench. She wants a play called from Sullivan, and Aguayo went for the steal. Pendergast gets past her, goes to McMullen. Now up top Lagaki, 3-point line, top of the key. Lagaki backs it out, flexes her arm, and they're going to run a set play. Now she hands off to Pendergast, back to Lagaki. Wide open 3, left side, shot up, long. Avery McMullen, offensive rebound, dribbles twice. Double teamed, kicks it out Pendergast. She tries a 3, right side. That goes. Addie Pendergast knocked it down, and it's 30-8. Minute 46 to go here in the ball game. Second period of action. Sheridan's just putting it on Worland right now. Worland not able to handle this pressure as they literally drib it off their foot. As I said that, Lagaki comes up with a steal, and a great pass. Wow, Lagaki, great pass to Hannif, who ran the floor. Hannif with 12 in the ball game. Second assist for Allie in the ball game. 32-8. Minute and a half to go. Under a minute and a half to go. Worland with it. They get across half court. Aguayo with it. That's Nayeli. Nayeli passes over to the corner. Now looking inside. Lagaki steals that pass. Lagaki with it. Looks up for Hannif. Doesn't have her, so Lagaki keeps her dribble. Now she finds Hannif. Wide open. Shot up and good. Boy, Lagaki was very patient that time. Dribbled the ball. Could have forced it to Hannif. Didn't do so. Took a couple extra dribbles, and Hannif drifted into the open on the low block, and Lagaki got it to her, and Hannif has 14 in the ball game. 34-8. Lady Bronx putting it on Worland right now. Pass goes to Aguayo, right wing. They look inside for Peterson. Peterson kicks it to the corner. They fire up a 3, airballed, the offensive board, and then stolen away by Hannif. 41 seconds to go, and Lady Bronx push the issue. It's Pendergast across half court, top of the key. Kick it out Lagaki. She'll fire a deep 3, top of the key. That one's long, missed badly. And Newton comes up with it. Tries to save it, ball's out of bounds. Bunch of girls fell hard. That was Lagaki and Aguayo both fell hard, and the official calls a jump ball because he didn't see who it went off of. Lagaki had her left arm on it. Aguayo was sitting on the ball as it rolled out of bounds. And I think, actually, most of the time I say that's a cop-out call where you call a jump ball call because you just didn't see it. That actually probably was a great call because Lagaki's left arm was on the basketball inbounds. Aguayo was sitting on the basketball inbounds, and they both just went with the basketball as it rolled on the sideline. So both are touching it, and jump ball call. Sheridan keeps possession. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. 34-8. Pendergast with it. Kick it off Burgess. Now to Pendergast, right wing. Worland in a zone, 2-3 zone. They swing it around the perimeter, find Burgess open. 3-point line in the corner. Bang! Addie Burgess gets her first 3 of the ball game. 7 points in total. And in 4 seconds left, Aguayo quickly across half court. Hannif picks it up. Aguayo fires up a wild shot from the elbow and gets it to go. Holy cow. Aguayo finishes with 8 of the 10 for Worland. The score is 37-10 as we go to half. Lady Bronx lead by 27. We'll take a break, come back with halftime. You're listening to Lady Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
It's important to shop local because we're in this together, whether it's street festivals and fairs or downtown community functions for one community.
It's important to me to shop local because our shop owners aren't just shop owners, they're families.
When you shop local, you're supporting that community, you're giving it back, and people don't realize the circle of that dollar in a local community. It's a domino effect, and it's crucial.
First Northern Bank of Wyoming, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wake up and smell the coffee, lovers. McDonald's in Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette are bringing back the McCafe menu magic. Delightful espresso drinks and coffees. Whether you crave the warmth of a hot cappuccino or caramel cappuccino, mochas, lattes, iced coffees, and more, you can order your McCafe coffee right from the McDonald's app using mobile order and pay for a quick pickup. Your mornings just got a whole lot better with McDonald's McCafe because, hey, good days start with a great cup of coffee. It's back.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Aaron Lagaki with you. It's halftime. Lady Broncs lead 37-10 over the Worland Lady Warriors. Well, Lady Broncs came out and did what they were supposed to do. They're playing an inferior team, and Lady Broncs have a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, and Worland is. They have a couple girls who are decent with the basketball, but the amount of pressure that Sheridan provides is something I'm sure Worland doesn't see a heck of a lot of, and they're just taking it to them right now, 37-10. Lady Broncs in that first quarter, they made a really concerted effort to work the ball down low. They gave the ball to Hannah to Bunch. She got in double digits in the first quarter, and then you saw the Lady Broncs kind of open up their offense a little bit where they were willing to drive, willing to take more perimeter shots, not forced shots, but be patient with the basketball and take those shots as they came. And honestly, Worland they're not doing a good job defensively. I mean, their help side is a step or two slow just about every time. You know, once Sheridan gets past the first defender, they're getting really good looks at the hoop, and it's because Worland is just not rotating as a defense. And then on top of that, when Sheridan is patient with the basketball and passing it around the perimeter, it's opening up wide open shots for the Lady Broncs as Worland just doesn't get out and close out on shooters. And I mean, I know they were trying to limit Hannaf's impact on the game, but you still got to close out on shooters. The Lady Broncs, you would imagine, would shoot a little bit better. It didn't shoot great from the perimeter in the first half and make Worland pay. We also expect that we're going to see Coach Sullivan empty his bench a little bit later on in this game, barring some amazing comeback from Worland that is highly unlikely to happen. It's 37-10, Lady Broncs up. The Bronc game follows this immediately. The Broncs are scheduled to tip. They were scheduled to tip at 1 o'clock. It's honestly probably going to be more around the around 1:15 or so as the Lady Bronc game got delayed by the JV game that was ahead of it. So Broncs probably tip off about 1:15. Keep in mind, you can watch the stream of this game, and the audio is piped in on SheridanMedia.com. So if you want to listen and watch at the same time, that's a great way to do it. Sheridan Media does a great job running the cameras and the score and the time on the clock. So fun way to do it if you couldn't make it out here this afternoon to watch some high school basketball here in Sheridan. For the Broncs, they lost a heartbreaker last night. They lost to Natrona. Natrona's undefeated on the season, 12-0, but Sheridan lost by 4. And there were a couple times in that game where I felt like the Broncs, the lead had gotten to 10 or 8 for Natrona on a couple different occasions, and I said on the air, boy, you hope this doesn't get away from the Broncs. It just felt like Natrona had the momentum, and to the Broncs' credit, they battled back, wound up losing by 4, and not a lot of negativity you can take from that game. I mean, Natrona shot lights out, and it wasn't like Sheridan was not playing defense. I mean, there were contested shots in particular in the first half that Natrona hit that I would imagine normally they don't make. And so the Broncs, who also shot well, just didn't shoot as well, wound up losing by 4 and dropping their first quadrant game of the season. The Broncs are 2-1 in the quadrant. They defeated Campbell and Thunder in the opening weekend of quadrant play. And the quadrant is important because if you finish first in your quadrant, you get that number one seed when it comes time to play regionals. And this is true for both the boys and the girls side. So being 2-1 is a good situation. On the boys' side, Natrona's going to have to come to Sheridan and play them in February, and the boys will have a chance to return the favor to Natrona about a month from now and try to tie up the quadrant record. That one seed will be a big deal on both the boys and the girls' side because Cheyenne Central and Cheyenne East, for both the boys and the girls, are very solid teams. Laramie is a very solid team. So you really want to get that one seed and take on Cheyenne South in your first round matchup when it comes to conference play, which will take place here in Sheridan the opening weekend of March. So Lady Broncs lead 37-10. Not much of a game right now. We expect that the Bronc game should be a little bit closer. The Worland boys are 7-7 on the season. They've had a good program. Coach Martini made mention of it last night in the post-game talk that Worland's won a couple state championships in the last 5 or 6 years. They've had a good program. They beat Thermopolis last night, and I don't give a lot of credence to the rankings early on in the season. Thermopolis is ranked 5th in the state, so at least a solid team, right, that Worland defeated last night to run the record to 7-7. So we imagine the boys' game. We think Sheridan should be able to handle Worland, but we do think that might be a little bit more competitive game than what the girls' side is giving us right now. Again, Lady Broncs lead 37-10. We'll take a break and come back with third quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronc basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Even though it's chilly outside, we feel the warmth of this community. Hi, this is Elizabeth.
And JT Kraft from EBA Hearing and Sound. We're excited to share that Addison Dempsey, our new doctor of audiology, is now accepting patients.
Hi, I'm Dr. Addison Dempsey, and I can't wait to work with you. I'm experienced in hearing, vestibular, and auditory processing disorder evaluations for all ages.
Call to schedule today.
EBA Hearing and Sound, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan, with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Rooting for the home team is the Wyoming way, and the banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan are the 307's biggest fans. Banking with us means you're doing more than ever to support school sports because your money stays right here in our community. We're proud to recognize our hard-working athletes with youth sponsorships, and the local difference means the familiar faces you know and trust for your banking needs are the same ones cheering with you up in the stands. Buffalo Fed Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast brought to you in part by One Health, focused on caring for our communities one person at a time. One Health's integrated care model has been recognized throughout the state of Wyoming and combines primary and behavioral health under one roof. With locations in Sheridan, Powell, Lovell, and Grable, Wyoming, One Health improves the well-being of everyone by providing accessible, quality health care for the whole community. Visit onechc.org for more information.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Broncs lead 37-10 as we wrap up halftime here. Lady Broncs are already on the floor, and it is the starters for the Lady Broncs. There's something got on the floor. There's a cleaning crew out on the far baseline from where I'm sitting. The far baseline, they've got a mop and a lot of paper towels and a trash can out there. So somebody must have spilled something. Didn't see it happen as we were looking at statistics from the first half. And we'll run those stats down real quickly, those scoring stats from the first half. Addie Burgess had 7. Addie Pendergast had 5. And we're talking points here. Allie Lagaki had 7. Cam Wagner had 4. And Mesa Hanneft led the way with 14 points. So 5 Lady Broncs score in the first half. And equal 37 points for the Lady Broncs. They only gave up 10 points. 8 of those were for Nayeli Aguayo. She's the leading scorer on the season for the Worland Lady Warriors. Addison Rollins also had a bucket. So 10 points for Worland. Worland gets to start with the ball. They'll start with Glanz and Aguayo on the floor, as well as Peterson, Ray, and Simmons. Inbound pass goes to Aguayo. She kicks it over to Simmons. Lady Bronx come out in that 1-3-1 zone where they'll trap when they get the opportunity. Ray passes to Simmons. Simmons drug her pivot foot, no call. Goes to Aguayo. Now to Ray. Ray kicks it over. Good ball movement by the Worland, and then they throw it away. Oh, the ball was moving quick, and then Glanz just threw it to Lady Bronx. And Pendergast crosses half court with it, up 27. Pendergast, top of the key. She's guarded by Aguayo. That's Nayeli Aguayo. There's 2 Aguayos for Worland. Just Nayeli on the floor right now. Pendergast off to Burgess. She fires a 3. Top of the key. That doesn't go. Glanz fights for the rebound with McMullen. Ball's loose. Haniff runs it down. Haniff used a dribble. Kicks it to Legaki. 3-pointer. She'll eye it. Hit it. Oh, actually, just long. Thought it was going down. Just long. Legaki missed a 3, and Worland with the rebound. Aguayo with it. Gets to the elbow. Kicks it off Glanz. Glanz looking. Bounce pass back to Aguayo. Now down low along the baseline to Ray. Good ball movement again. They pass it off to number 20, Peterson. She missed a bunny, and the Lady Bronx pull away the rebound. It's Legaki with it. Now to Pendergast. Left wing. Pendergast driving on Aguayo. Picks up her dribble. Looking for a cutter. Haniff does. Low block. Double teamed. Haniff. Little step through and threw it out of bounds. Haniff said, oh my gosh. If Addie Pendergast were 11 feet tall, she wouldn't have received that pass. It was about a 10-foot pass in terms of distance left to right, and Hannah just chucked it into the stands. So, turnover by the Lady Bronx. 37-10. We're in the third period. 6:40 to go on the range scoreboard. Aguayo gets a screen from Glanz, crosses half court. She's double teamed. Picked up her dribble right as she crossed half court. Bad decision. Pendergast steals it. Now Aguayo steals it back. She reached in and stole it, and then Legaki reaches in and fouls Aguayo, sends her to the floor. Pendergast reached in, stole that basketball, picked it up, and then Aguayo stole it right back from her. Legaki came over to trap and instead just fouled her right. Actually, they say she stepped on the baseline. Wow. Or on the sideline, rather. Sideline, not the baseline. Said Aguayo, after she stole that, stepped on the sideline, so no foul, and it's Lady Bronx basketball. Pendergast, left wing. Gets a screen from Haniff. Works to the right. Finds Legaki. Legaki pump fakes a 3. Gets into the paint. Step through. Layup. Good. Legaki with 9. 39-10 is your score. Aguayo kicks it off to Ray. Again, this three-quarter court trapping pressure from the Lady Bronx. They run it. It's the majority of what they run defensively. They will run some full court man. They'll run some full court where they do trap. This three-quarter court is really their bread and butter. They allow the inbound pass to come in, and then they're just trying to funnel Worland into one of the corners, and Worland has complied for most of this game. In the half court, it's Worland basketball. Ray along the baseline. She fires a shot and got it to go. Ray gets her first bucket of the ball game. She has 2 points, and it's 39-12. Lady Bronx lead by 27. Pendergast quickly across half court. Now she slows up, touches her chin with her right hand, and the Lady Bronx are running that set play. Don't know if it's called chin. Pass goes into Haniff. Haniff lays it up, and she's fouled from behind by Ray. Another good entry pass. I have been impressed the last few weeks of how the Lady Bronx are passing the ball to Haniff. Like, Haniff doing a great job. She's scoring a ton for the Lady Bronx, but you have to give credit to the other 4 Lady Bronx that are on the floor because they are doing a great job of either, in this instance, making a nice, easy entry pass where it's lobbed over the defender, and Haniff goes and catches it as she hits the first free throw and has 15 points in the ball game. Or, in other instances, the Lady Bronx drive down toward the paint, toward the low block, and when the double team comes, Haniff misses that one. They're able to dish it off to Haniff, and she's rewarded with the with buckets right around the rim. Jump ball as that shot was missed. McMullen was tied up. Sheridan keeps possession with a 28-point lead. Inbound pass to Legaki, over to Pendergast, now to Burgess. Back to Pendergast, top of the key, looking inside for Legaki. Left-hand bounce pass stolen away by Rollins. Simmons, rather. Simmons stole it across half court. Pendergast just stared down Legaki, and through that pass, Simmons was able to jump it. Worland misses a 3 on the end, and Legaki gets the rebound. Quickly to Pendergast. Now to Haniff on the floor. Left-hand layup, good. Mesa's got 17. Good transition offense from the Lady Bronx. Cam Wagner comes over to the scoreboard. Scorer's table, rather. She will check in at the next dead ball. In the half-court offense, it's Aguayo. She swings it down to Simmons, looking inside. Ooh, nice little pass from Simmons down low to Peterson. She's fouled and will go shoot 2 free throws after being fouled by Cam Wagner. Well, I talked about the Lady Bronx entry passes. That was the same play from Worland as they lobbed that over Lagaki's outstretched hand. Wagner came over a second late and fouled Peterson and forces her to the free throw line. Peterson, 2 free throws, shot up, and it goes. So Peterson, her first point in the ball game. Cam Wagner checks in. Pendergast out. Wagner, Hanneft, McMullen, Lagaki, and Burgess on the floor. 4:49 to go. We're in the third period. Lady Bronx up 42-13. Second free throw upcoming for Peterson. She fires that one, and it goes. Peterson with 2 free throws. 2 for 2 in that trip. 42-14. Burgess handling the point. Crosses half court. Right-hand dribble. Picked up by Aguayo. Worland showing man-to-man. Lady Bronx want a set. They do horns down. Burgess with the dribble, kicks it off Lagaki. Lagaki looking inside for Hannif. Hannif goes up and catches it with the left hand. Little step through. She's triple teamed and walked. Ooh. That pass, well, I've given Sheridan credit for their entry passes. That pass was a little bit high. Hannif still went up and caught it, but she was kind of out of position after catching it because the pass was a little high. And then when the double team came, Hannif turned it over. Pass goes to the elbow. Now to Robbins. Now Aguayo. Aguayo. Now to Simmons in the corner. Touch pass from Ray. To Aguayo, 3-point line. Lady Bronx in a zone. Ray with it, dribbles down, and stolen away by Lagaki. Actually knocked away by Lagaki. McMullen comes up with it. McMullen across half court, gets it to Lagaki, top of the key. Left-hand dribble. Kicks it out to Wagner. Wagner circles around the 3-point line, gets it to McMullen right side. McMullen to Burgess. Burgess back up dribble. 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Lady Bronx up 42-14. Lagaki at the elbow. Kicks it out for McMullen. McMullen to Wagner. Had an open look at a 3, passes it off to Burgess instead. Burgess resets. Sheridan another set play. Pass goes to Lagaki, right wing. Burgess screens for Hanneft. Lagaki looking for that pass. They don't have it. Gets it to Wagner instead, right wing. Wagner skip pass over to McMullen. Now to Burgess. Burgess left wing. Now to McMullen. Quick pass over to Wagner. Wagner, one dribble, kicks it to Burgess. Burgess's defender went flying by. Burgess fires a 3 off the iron and good. Addie Burgess. Her second 3 of the ball game, and she has 10 points. Aguayo to the top of the key. Nobody picks her up. Now Cam does. Cam Wagner. Aguayo off to Glanz. Glanz to the corner. That's Ray. Ray to Aguayo. That's Nayeli Aguayo. Now to Ray. She fires a deep 3. Misses everything. Lagaki with a rebound. Lady Bronx up 31. We're going to get to a running clock most likely, folks, in the fourth quarter. Lagaki with it. Gets into the paint. Knifes through a double team. Shot up and good. Lagaki with 11. It's 47-14. And a timeout by Worland. And it is a 30-second timeout, so we'll actually leave it here. We were going to take a break, hear from some of our great sponsors. We do want to thank our sponsors that allow us to broadcast these games and stream these games. Remember, home games are streamed on SheridanMedia.com. You just go to their homepage. You can click on the banner there on the homepage and pull it up. You'll hear the audio. You get to watch the feed. You'll see the score and the time remaining. Just a nice job from this crew from Sheridan Media, bringing you some high school basketball action if you're unable to get to the gym. Lady Bronx up 47-14. I mean, running clock starts, I believe, at 40 points. Almost positive it's 40 points. So, and in that instance, the clock just runs outside of timeouts and injuries. Clock just runs, so even if you're shooting free throws, the clock just runs. So I have a feeling we're going to get to that point as the Lady Bronx have a big lead. Out of the timeout, it's Worland basketball. Worland's made a bunch of substitutions. It's Robertson with it. Passes off to Rollins. Rollins swings it over to Aguayo. That's Yahira Aguayo. She fires a 3. Doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Rollins. Stolen away by Kaylee Chase. Chase gets it to McMullen. McMullen streaks up the left side. Looking for Wagner. Doesn't have her. Puts the ball on her back. Now passes over to Pendergast. Pendergast. Little jab step, kick it off to Lagaki. Lagaki into the paint, kick it out McMullen. Extra pass goes to Wagner. Open 3, too long. Ball bounces around. Worland comes away with it. It's Robertson. Robertson gets it stolen by Pendergast and then over and back. Pendergast stole it right before the half-court line. She had possession of it, and then her momentum carried her over half court. That's a tough one. Good effort by Pendergast. That's a turnover you just don't even want to put in the scorebook because she really created the turnover, and there was no way to get away from an over and back turnover. Worland basketball. It's Rollins with it. Rollins kicks it to the corner. Aguayo. That's Yahira Aguayo. Now back to Rollins. Rollins one dribble. Pass is tipped, but it does wind up in Robertson's hands. Now it goes to the corner. That's Whitlock, her first action of the ball game. Now they look for Aguayo. Yahira Working on Chase. Passes it out to Whitlock. Whitlock, a couple dribbles. Sheridan still in this zone. Pass goes off to Aguayo. Aguayo, left-hand dribble, looking for somebody. Doesn't have it. Bounce pass now goes up top to Navarro. Navarro swings it over for a three. That's Robertson, and she hit it. I believe, yes, that's the first three-pointer Worland has made in the ball game, and it's 47-17. Cross half court to McMullen. She drives baseline, kicks it out to Lagaki. Open look, right wing, fires the three. Got it to go. Lagaki with 14. 50-17. Lady Bronx up. Lagaki, Chase, Pendergast, Wagner, and McMullen on the floor. Lady Bronx in this 1-3-1 zone. Pass stolen, knocked away by McMullen. Oh, she jumped the passing lane, couldn't get both hands on it, knocked it away, and Worland runs it down. Worland resets. Pass goes over Robertson, right wing, hounded by McMullen. Pass goes to Aguayo, looking inside, ball's knocked away. They're going to get, I think, Kaylee Chase, maybe Pendergast for a foul. Addie didn't like the call. She's like, I didn't touch her. I got all ball. They do call Pendergast. Her first foul in the ball game. And it's Worland basketball inbounding along the baseline. Whitlock passes it in to Robertson, back to Whitlock. Whitlock looking inside for Aguayo. She's working against Chase. Fires a shot up and good, and she's fouled. Well, Kaylee Chase, instead of going straight up right there, brought her left hand down. May have got a lot of ball, but when you bring that hand down, it always looks like a foul. And Aguayo, this is Yahira Aguayo, gets the basket to go and will shoot an and one with a score 50-19. Lady Bronx up 31. Aguayo shot up off the front iron, no good. Lagaki pulls down the board and starts the offense with 50 seconds. Hands it off to Pendergast across half court. Pendergast slows it down, gets to the volleyball line, left-hand dribble. They're running thumbs down as she puts her hand in the air. Gets a screen from Chase, top of the key. Kicks it off to McMullen. McMullen looking to the low block, doesn't have it. Skip pass goes to Lagaki, three-point line. Kick it down to Wagner in the corner. Now to McMullen, right wing. She eyes a three. Good, Avery McMullen. Her first bucket of the ball game. Avery's shot. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but she has shot well from the three-point line in the season, making the third of her threes so far. 53-19. Lady Bronx up big. 13 seconds to go in the third period. Worland with it in the half court. Ball's knocked away by McMullen. Worland runs it down, gets it to Aguayo. Aguayo into the lane, fires up a shot over Chase. No go. Chase with a rebound, 2 seconds, gets it to McMullen. McMullen doesn't fire a shot, so that ends the third period. 53-19. Lady Bronx just dominating this game right now. We'll take a break and come back with fourth quarter action. Again, 53-19, Lady Bronx lead.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, Nicole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McColl, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Lady Bronx up big, 53-19. Like I said, it's likely we're going to get a running clock here in the fourth period. Lady Bronx have just dominated the game on the defensive end. Worland hasn't had any answers for it, and they just take care of business. That's what you want to see a team do. You know, Sheridan's not running up the score. They're not playing some Bush League kind of game. But you have to have effort. It doesn't matter what the score is. You have to have effort. And the Lady Bronx are giving maximum effort as they always do. Worland basketball out of the quarter break. I imagine we'll see some subs for Sheridan here as the fourth quarter winds down. But at the start, Sheridan starts with the starters on the floor. Worland with it along the baseline. That's number 1, Whitlock. She passes it off. Shot fired and good. It was Shea Whitlock with a bucket, and it's 53-21. Lady Bronx up 32 points. Pendergast crosses half court, stops, sets the floor, gets it to McMullen right wing. McMullen looking for a cutting Wagner. She's not open. Now McMullen forces it down low, and Aguayo ran right through Cam Wagner. Cam Wagner was posted up. Avery gave her a little bounce pass, Avery McMullen, and Aguayo just ran through the back of Cam Wagner. So foul goes against Yahira Aguayo. Her second foul in the ball game. McMullen passes it off to Haniff. Haniff, left-hand dribble. Oh, she knifed right through the lane and up and good. Mesa's got 19. 55-21. Again, no help side from Worland. Haniff got past the first defender and was able to have just a super easy right-hand layup. Good move by Haniff to get past that first defender, but Worland's got to do something defensively to step in. In the half court, Worland has it. Aguayo fires up a three, and Yahaira Aguayo has 5 points in the ballgame as she gets it to go. 55-24, Lady Bronx up 31 points. Pendergast passes off to McMullen. Right wing, now to Pendergast in the corner, looking inside for Wagner. Kick it out McMullen. Good pass to Burgess. Swing it over to Haniff. She'll try a three left side. Haniff missed that short. Offensive board, one dribble, shot up and, no good by Haniff. Offensive rebound, left-hand dribble, shot up and no good. Boy, Haniff had 3 chances at the hoop, couldn't get any of them to fall, and it's Worland basketball. Cross half court goes Rollins. Swings it over left side, Navarro, couple dribbles, kicks it off to Aguayo. Aguayo looking down low, finds Robertson. Robertson, one dribble over Pendergast, shot no good. Offensive rebound for Worland, and Whitlock lost it out of bounds, but it was actually touched by McMullen. Well, one thing if you're Coach Sullivan, you just don't want to see, you want to limit offensive rebounds, right, and you want to take care of the basketball. So don't want to let any possessions go, even up 31. Aguayo with it off the inbound, passes off to Navarro. Navarro working against Burgess, passes off to Aguayo. Aguayo guarded by Haniff. She gets a screen, almost lost the basketball, passes off to Rollins instead. Rollins swings it over Navarro. Now along the right side, Whitlock. Whitlock into the paint, fires a wild shot. She's fouled. Actually, they called jump ball before the shot. Sheridan had reached in, I believe it was Pendergast, tied up that ball, and then Whitlock fired the wild shot, and jump ball call prior to the shot. So Sheridan takes possession up 31. Under 6 to go here in the fourth period. Pendergast with it. Gets the call from Coach Sullivan. She looked over to the bench to get the call. Pendergast, bounce pass goes to Burgess along the right sideline. Burgess finds Wagner near the volleyball line, top of the key. Now to McMullen. McMullen, overhead pass to Pendergast. She fires a long two, can't get it to go. Wagner battling for the rebound, and she's fouled. Good way to crash the boards from Cam. The sophomore, as soon as that shot went up, she crashed in, was half boxed out, fought over the top, grabbed the rebound, and then was fouled. So McMullen inbounding for the Lady Bronx in a 31-point ball game. McMullen gets it into Haniff, kicks it off to Pendergast, top of the key. Pendergast, swing it over McMullen. She'll try a three left wing, off the front iron. Rebound goes to Worland. It's Whitlock. Whitlock passes off to Navarro, and Navarro crosses half court. Quick pass to Robertson. Robertson kicks it out to Aguayo. This is Yahaira Aguayo, not Naeli. Naeli's been on the bench for the last 3 minutes. And Worland works it around, finds Whitlock underneath. She fires a bunny, can't get it to go. Ball's on the floor, and Burgess comes away with a rebound. Finds Pendergast along the left sideline. Pendergast dribbling through traffic, gets it to McMullen. She fires a long two, left side, gets it to go. Avery McMullen with 5. 57-24, under 5 to go here in the fourth period. Bronx game to follow this one. In the half court, Worland with it, Aguayo. It's Yahaira. Yahaira, bounce pass, goes off to Rollins. Rollins skips it over to the corner, and the ball's tapped away, and Pendergast comes up with it. It was tipped by Haniff. Pendergast comes away with it. Pendergast across half court, finds Burgess. Burgess fires the three over to Aguayo. It was tipped, and last touch by Worland out of bounds. Addie thought she had an open three, but Aguayo closed out and knocked that ball out of bounds, and Sheridan empties their bench. So on the floor, into the game comes Parker Tridy, Aaron Newton, Maddie Wagner, Danny Grooms, and Sid Warnke. And it's Sheridan basketball. Tridy with it. She's a sophomore. Passes off to Warnke, also a sophomore. Warnke, left-hand dribble, goes to Tridy. Tridy, bounce pass over to Newton, stolen away. Robertson jumped that pass from Tridy and stole it away before it could get to Warnke. 31-point ball game. Lady Bronx lead. Worland with it in the half court. Aguayo, left wing, fires a shot over Newton. Short, irons it. Maddie Wagner runs down the board, can't handle it. Ball's on the floor. Aguayo comes up with it. Bounce pass goes right. Long three from Simmons. She hits it. Taylor Simmons gets 3, and it's 57-27. Under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tridy across half court. Where's number 24? Parker Tridy passes off to Sid Warnke. Sid Warnke, right wing, looking for a cutter. Sheridan looks a little confused right now, so Sid just drives baseline, kicks it off to Newton. Newton normally wears number 0. She had blood on her jersey, so now she's wearing number 22. So if you're watching the stream at home as the Lady Bronx turn it over, that is still Aaron Newton. She had blood on the jersey, had to change numbers. Worland with it in the half court. It's number 20, Peterson. She kicks it out. Aguayo will fire a 3, top of the key, and she hits it. So now both Aguayos have 8 points in the ball game. All of Yahiras have come in the second half, and it's 57-30. Parker Tridy with it. Pass off Sid Warnke. Looking for Danny Grooms. Doesn't have the pass, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by Rollins. Stays Sheridan's basketball. Danny Grooms is a sophomore. Maddie Wagner is a junior. So 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a junior on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Tridy with it. Tridy, top of the key, looking for a bounce pass. Doesn't have it. Now has a bounce pass to Sid Warnke at the elbow. Sid Warnke loses it. Oh, jumped in. Nayeli Aguayo jumped in and tied that ball up. Jump ball. And possession arrow goes Worland's way. Ray checks into the ball game for Rollins on the Worland side. Again, Warnke, Maddie Wagner, Parker Tridy, Danny Grooms, and Aaron Newton on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Worland basketball down 27. Aguayo with it. Passes off to Aguayo. Now to Ray. Now looking inside. Shot up by number 20, Peterson. Can't get that to go. Gets her own board. Shot up, no good. And Aaron Newton pulls down a good rebound. Gets it off to Parker Tridy. Tridy pushing the issue across half court. Works right side to Grooms. Grooms, good job coming and getting that pass. Grooms, skip pass goes to Sid Warnke. She gets into the paint. Kicks it out Newton. Newton left-hand dribble. Kicks it off to Tridy in the corner. Tridy to Warnke. Warnke near the Bronc head at half court. Kicks it over right wing Newton. Freshman, left-hand dribble. Picks it up over her head. Throws the ball to Danny Grooms. And Grooms threw it away. Another turnover by this young group of Lady Broncs. Aguayo with it in the half court. That's Nayeli passing off to Yahira. Yahira swings it over. Right side, it goes to the corner, and Simmons traveled with it. Simmons had a look at a three, decided to drive instead, and she drug her pivot foot. Lady Broncs up 57-30. Kaylee Chase coming into the ball game for the Lady Broncs. Number 45, Chase, checks in for Sid Warnke. So now 2 juniors, Chase and Maddie Wagner, and a freshman, Aaron Newton, and 2 sophomores, Tridy and Grooms. Danny is the brother of Taryn. If you were checking Sheridan Media, Taryn signed to play football up at Rocky Mountain in Billings. Aaron Newton with the ball, passes off to Chase. Chase puts the ball on the floor, maintains possession, gets it to Grooms, now to Newton. Newton being hounded, backs it out and passes off to Grooms. 1:40 to go. Danny passes off to Newton. Newton looking for a cutting Wagner. Wagner into the paint. She's fouled. Maddie will go to the line to shoot 2. 2 Wagners on this Lady Bronc varsity team. Maddie and Cam. They are not related. Maddie wears number 15. Stands 5'9" and is a junior. Cam is a sophomore. She's listed at 5'9", wears number 21. But Cam is on the bench at this moment, and Maddie Wagner's at the free throw line. Missed that free throw. And the score remains 57-30. Lady Broncs haven't done much scoring here in the fourth quarter, but they put this game away early as they were up 27 at half. Wagner, second shot is long. Rebound goes long, and Ray runs it down for Worland. Kicks it off to Simmons. Simmons half sprints it across half court. Gets it over to Aguayo. That's Nayeli. Nayeli right side, hounded by Grooms. Grooms knocks it away. Aguayo runs it down. Pass goes back to Simmons. Simmons swings it off to Glanz. Now to Aguayo. Aguayo, left-hand dribble. Skip pass goes over to Simmons. Simmons will fire a 3. That's short. Chase with the rebound. Gets it to Newton, and Newton hands off to Tridy. Tridy in transition across half court. 1 minute to go. Tridy almost got it stolen. Gets it back. Works left side. Tridy kicks it off to Wagner in the corner. Wagner, right-hand dribble. She's a lefty. Dribbling right-handed. Pass it off to Chase. Chase, low block. We're trying to step through. Got it stolen by Glanz. And now Glanz gets it stolen right back by Newton. Newton kicks it to Chase. Chase into the paint. Back to the basket. Little left-hand shot. Doesn't go. Ball bounces around. Maddie Wagner runs it down. And she threw it away. Aguayo jumped the passing lane. Wagner was looking for Grooms. Turnover by the Lady Broncs. 37 seconds to go. Aguayo fires up a runner from the free throw line. That doesn't go. Newton pulls down another rebound. And lazy pass got stolen away. Oh, boy. Another turnover by this young Lady Bronc group. And Worland with it in the half court. Goes to Ray. Ray underneath. And she's fouled. I think they're going to get Kaylee Chase for the foul. Ray goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. But, yeah, Lady Broncs, it's always hard. You know, these girls have played a JV basketball game. They got all warmed up. And then they come sit on the bench for, you know, the bulk of, well, all of 3 quarters. And come in halfway through the fourth, you got to get hot again. And it is a different speed. You go from the JV level to the varsity level, it is a different speed. And Worland, to their credit, has not. Their effort is still there. Ray misses the first free throw, gets it back for the second, shot up, and it goes. So it's 57-31. Lady Bronx up 26 with 20 seconds to go. Tridy slowly jogs it across half court, looking right side, and passes left, tipped out of bounds by Glanz. 12 seconds to go. We'll see if the Lady Bronx try to get a shot. You know, you don't want to run up the score, but again, when you put all your subs in, sometimes it's nice if they can get a bucket, right? Go home, say, hey, I had 2 points in the varsity game. Newton with it. Newton crashes into the paint. Lost it. Runs it back down along the baseline. 4 seconds. Now to Tridy. Tridy, one dribble. Kick it off to Grooms. Under a second to go, and she passes, and that ends it. Lady Bronx win 57-31. Lady Bronx are now 12-2 on this season. They will be in action next week. They play Cheyenne. I'm going to pull up the calendar and just make sure. They play Cheyenne East first. They'll play Cheyenne East on Friday night. They will play Cheyenne Central Saturday. We don't have a game time yet for that. We assume it's going to be around that 11:30 start time. But as always, check SheridanMedia.com for and click on the sports and check the game times. But we imagine that game's going to start late morning, probably at the latest. So Cheyenne East and then Cheyenne Central, that's next weekend. Lady Bronx win it 57-31, and we've got another game for you. Sheridan Bronx take on the Worland Warriors. We'll take a break. Come back with more. You're listening to Lady Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app, and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
A new year means new adventures. Make this year the start of your homeownership adventure with First Federal Bank and Trust. Our local team will guide you through the home loan process from start to finish. Explore our online tools 24/7, from customizable financial calculators to daily mortgage rates. Call us or stop by our home loan center to get pre-qualified or apply online today at efirstfederal.bank. At First Federal Bank and Trust, we're making home happen in Sheridan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You have a new prescription to be filled, but where should you go? Hi, this is Vandalyn Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy West. Visit us and see what a local hometown pharmacy is like. Keeping all your prescriptions in one place makes it much easier for you, and knowing your medication history helps our pharmacists answer your questions. We look forward to seeing you at Hospital Pharmacy and Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hello, this is David Hubert at First Bank of Wyoming. We believe in building lasting relationships with our customers. We value the people in our communities and strive to make sure they have the resources they need to be financially successful. Our experienced staff is committed to providing each of our customers with a personalized banking experience to fit their individual needs. From applying for a loan or helping with your account needs, we're here to help. Stop by and see us at our new location, 460 East Brundage Lane, First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Lady Broncs have just defeated the Worland Lady Warriors by a score of 57-31, and it wasn't even that close. Lady Broncs emptied the bench shortly into the fourth quarter, and the Lady Broncs, they were up 31 at one point in that ball game as they really just Worland was not able to handle the defensive ball pressure from Sheridan, nor could they handle the offensive prowess of the Lady Broncs. Lady Broncs were very disciplined with the basketball. They did a nice job. Come out and win, do what they're supposed to do. They moved to 12-2 on the season. And we run down the scoring for the Lady Broncs for you. They were led in scoring by Mesa Haniff. She finished with 19 points, 2 above her season average. Adeline Burgess had 10 points. Ali Lagaki finished with 14 points. Addie Pendergast finished with 5. Avery McMullen finished with 5. And Cam Wagner finished with 4 in a 57-31 victory for the Lady Broncs. So nice for the Lady Broncs to go down to Casper last night and get a victory, take that late bus ride home, get up early this morning, come to the game and get another victory and move their record to 12-2 on the season. But now the season gets really, really difficult. They move on to play Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central next week. Then they get South and Laramie, and they do it all over again where they play Campbell and Thunder and then Natrona, and then it's a regional tournament. So Lady Broncs have played well thus far, but they need to shore a few things up as they get further into conference play and quadrant play the second time around. Lady Broncs 12-2 on the season. We will take a break and preview your Broncs. Broncs are about 10 minutes away from tip. If they do the national anthem again, we may be closer to 12 or 15 minutes from tip. But we will take a short break and come back with a preview of your Sheridan Broncs. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Are your gas and grocery budgets getting stretched thin? Hi, this is Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty, inviting you to enter our gas and grocery sweepstakes for a chance to win a $200 grocery card to Ridley's and a $200 gas card to Farmers Co-op. You can enter daily through February 1st on the contest page at SheridanMedia.com. One lucky winner will be chosen by random draw on February 2nd. ERA Carroll Realty. We're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill or explore a new hobby? Sheridan College's community interest classes are the perfect way to do just that. Explore the upcoming courses, fun and engaging classes like painting, to investing, to fly fishing, or even pottery or self-defense, just to name a few. So what are you waiting for? Find out more and register today at sheridan.edu/community or by calling 307-675-0100. Sheridan College, a higher degree of you.
Winter and all of its uncertainty is here, and that means it's time to prepare for what's ahead. Have your shovels, snow blowers, and windshield scrapers ready, as you never know when the next Wyoming storm will hit. This is Colton Bates with the best real estate team, and like our weather, the real estate market is always changing, so why not be prepared for its seasons as well? Now is the time to build your team of pros, your checklist of wants and needs, and more, so you can be ready for anything that comes your way. As a potential buyer or seller, let us at Best help you prepare for both the storms and the sunshine. For help in every season, call me Colton at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Wyoming Corporate Office is the trusted business choice behind thousands of businesses. Whether it's business formation, payroll, corporate paperwork, mail scanning service, or small business phone service, Wyoming Corporate Office powers over 100,000 businesses worldwide and locally. This makes Wyoming Corporate Office the state's largest business-to-business service provider, located right here in Sheridan, Wyoming. If you're drowning in corporate paperwork looking for someone with an unmatched experience that cares and wants to be your partner in making your business successful, trust that Wyoming Corporate Office can help you focus on what makes your business tick. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Sheridan Broncs getting set to take on the Worland Warriors. Lady Broncs just defeated the Worland Lady Warriors 57-31 in a dominant display the Lady Broncs had. The game was a lot closer. The score was a lot closer than what the game would actually indicate if you were watching on SheridanMedia.com. Broncs are set to go. They lost last night in a very tough game against Natrona. Natrona undefeated this season. And on top of being undefeated, Natrona just shot absolute lights out. They don't have the statistics up from last game in terms of shooting percentage, but I'm estimating in the first half, Natrona had to shoot somewhere between 65 and 70% from the floor. They were on fire. And Sheridan, to their credit, hung around. They battled with Natrona. Sheridan also shot pretty darn well in that game and was able to hang around with Natrona. It was a fast-paced game. It was a fun game. Obviously, when two teams are shooting well, it was a high-scoring game early on. I mean, it was 21-21 at the end of the first quarter, which that's on pace for 84 points, which is a huge number in high school basketball when you're playing 8-minute quarters. So Broncs lose a heartbreaker. They lose by 4. It's their first quadrant loss of the season. They're 2-1 in quadrant play. Of course, Campbell County and Thunder Basin are also in Sheridan's quadrant along with Natrona. So Sheridan 2-1 in quadrant play, their first time through. And the good news is Natrona, even though they're undefeated and had this great record and had some very good statistics, they appear to be beatable, right? So if you're Sheridan, you're coming in, you come into today, you've obviously got to take care of today, but looking at big picture, you're thinking they've got a real opportunity to be that 1 seed when it comes to regional play at the beginning of March, end of February, beginning of March, when they open up regionals, which will be hosted here in Sheridan. So even though you never want to lose, stinks to lose, especially in a tight game, you feel like Natrona's beatable. You feel like you can get them. Sheridan will get to play Natrona at home the next time those two meet in 3 weeks. Or in 4 weeks, rather. So, like I say, if you're Sheridan, you can't hang your head because you've got a game to play today, and there's a lot of positives that you could have taken from last night's game. As we look to the Sheridan Broncs, as I mentioned, 10-1 on the season. Lost last night, 10-3 on the season, 2-1 in quadrant play. 64-68, they lost to Natrona last night. Sheridan scoring the ball about 58 points a game. They're outscoring opponents by over 9 points a game. Sheridan, they've really brought up their shooting numbers. They were last in the state after like the first 4 or 5 games of the season. And, of course, that's a small sample size. Statistics can be funny that way. You don't shoot well your first weekend, and all of a sudden you're bottom of the state. But Sheridan has shot better, and they're right in the middle of the pack right now for their shooting percentage. Still not shooting well from the three-point line. Sheridan is struggling from the three-point line as a team, shooting 26.5%. From the three-point line. From the free throw line, they shoot 66%. Good news is they're only allowing 49 points defensively. So Sheridan is good offensively. They're just not unbelievably efficient according to the statistics, right? They're patient. They wait for good shots, and we've seen them become more efficient the last 3 weeks of the season. They beat Campbell County and Thunder Basin as they opened quadrant play, and then they lost to Natrona last night. But Sheridan Broncs have some positive things going for them. 3-8 Broncs are averaging in double digits. Garrett Spielman's almost 15 points a game. He scored 21 last night. Truman DeGrange is averaging 14 points a game. He scored 16 last night. Cale Hamrick is averaging 12.5 points a game, and he scored 12 last night. Broncs had 7 people in total score. Beck Haswell had 7. Connor Bateson had 2. Nate Miner had 2. And Tyler Hutton had 2 last night in the defeat against the Mustangs. So Broncs are getting set to take on Worland. As we look over to the Worland Warriors and what we expect from them tonight, this is a pretty good program over there in the 3A level. They look to be down a little bit based on record, based on statistics. They're 7-7 on the season. However, Worland did beat Thermopolis last night. Thermop is ranked number 5 in the state at the 3A level. They're 7-7, as I said, on the season. They're 1-2 in their quadrant. This is a matchup of a 4A, 3A, an interclass matchup, as Worland is a 3A school, Sheridan obviously a 4A. Worland doesn't look to be explosive. They're only averaging 51 points a game. They turn it over 18 times a game. Worland not shooting well from 3 either, only 28%. The Broncs, as I said, shoot about 26.5%. So neither team seems to be a consistent threat from the three-point line. Worland also bad from the free throw line. They've only shot 55%. on the season. But we do expect Worland to be maybe a little bit more competitive on the boys' side than they were on the girls' side, and hopefully we're in for a good game here tonight as the Broncs take on the Warriors. We'll take a break and come back with starting lineups. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Camco Federal Credit Union was established in 1971, and in the years since, we have continued to take pride in caring for our community and its financial needs. When you open an account at Camco FCU, you aren't just a customer, you're a member, a part owner. We are staffed with a team ready to assist you.
Whether it's establishing or building credit, opening a savings account, or getting the benefits of our rewards checking, join Camco Federal Credit Union and become a part owner today. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Broncs are getting set to take on the Warriors from Worland. Sheridan Broncs are 10-3 on the season. Worland is 7-7. Sheridan Broncs tonight will start the same way they've started a majority of the season with junior Connor Bateson. He stands 5'11". Connor is a defensive specialist, battles on the boards as well, and handles the point, gets the Broncs set up in their offense. Senior Cale Hamrick, he stands 6'1". He was an All-State player a year ago. In addition to those 12.5 points, he averages 4 rebounds per game. Garrett Spielman is a 6'6" senior. He averages just under 15 points a game, over 7 rebounds a game, and Garrett's done a really nice job on the boards this year. Beck Haswell's a sophomore. He stands 6'3", averages 5 points and 4 rebounds a game, and Truman DeGrange averages 14 points a game, and they are ready to start the national anthem. We'll take a break with them. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Stomach growling? Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, has some real yummy lunch and snack items in their deli area and throughout the store. Choose from a selection of Polish sausage, brats, hot dogs, or hit the hot case and pick up some taquitos, mozzarella sticks, gizzards, chicken wings, chicken strips, or mushrooms. I see your mouth watering. What are you waiting for? Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
The break free from the bitter cold event continues into the weekend at Waring Chevrolet. You never know when the next storm's going to hit, so Waring Chevrolet has marked down their entire inventory going into the weekend. The lot's full of new Chevrolets, massive inventory of pre-owned vehicles. This is the weekend to come in and let the sales team show you the Waring way of buying a vehicle. It's not just a sale, it's a meltdown. The break free from the bitter cold event will last as long as the higher temperatures do. Waring Chevrolet online, WaringSheridan.com.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, getting set to finish up this doubleheader of the Lady Bronc and Bronc basketball. Broncs just about to take the floor. They are, after the national anthem, they are announcing starting lineups to finish up right before I took that break as the national anthem was getting started. To finish that up, junior Truman DeGrange stands 6'1". He averages 14 points a game and 4.5 rebounds a game for Sheridan. So that's how Sheridan will start tonight. They're in their home whites with blue trim and blue numerals. Over on Worland's side, they will start Brody Thiel. He averages 6.5 points a game, stands about 6 foot tall. He is a junior. They also start number 13, Owen Page. He's the leading scorer, averages 13 points a game and 6 rebounds a game. They also start Brian Caballero. He's a junior, stands 5'11", 8.5 points per game. And they start Chase Harris, who is a 6'4 senior, 7 points, 8.5 rebounds a game. And then we're still trying to check the number of the final starter for, I believe it's Tyshawn Swalstad, who's a 5'7 senior. It's Tyshawn Swalstad. He wears number 10. He's a 5'7 senior, scores 7 points a game, but does average more than 3 turnovers a game for these Warriors, who come into today's game at 500. 7-7 is their record. So Spielman, Hamrick, Beck Haswell, Bateson, and DeGrange getting set to go. They huddle up one last time before the opening tip is started. And it'll be Spielman facing off against Harris on the tip. Whistle blows, and we're set to go. Harris wins the tip. It's run down by number 13, Owen Page. Page passes off to the left side. Now it goes to the corner. That's Swalstad. Swalstad up top. Caballero. Couple no dribbles. Passes off to the right side. Thiel. Brody Thiel with it. Left-hand dribble. He's picked up by Spielman. Bronx show man-to-man. Pass goes left side. Caballero dribbles into the paint. Fires up a shot up for Haswell. Too hard off the glass. Harris with a rebound. Put back up. No good. Haswell pulls down that board. Gets it out to Bateson. Bateson works the right sideline. Threw it right to Swalstad. Oh, bad pass from Bateson, but Swalstad was falling out of bounds. Haswell rescues it. Gets it to Bateson, and the Bronx reset. 7:26 to go here on the range scoreboard. Game just begun. A little bit behind schedule. And pass. Bronx were looking for Garrett Spielman. Cale Hamrick gave a bounce pass to him. Worland tipped that, and then Spielman fouls. So it's Worland basketball. Turnover by the Bronx here in the early going. Again, they played Natrona last night. Hard-fought game, physical game. And Swalstad, real quickly, up the sideline, fires a shot and goes. Boy, tough shot from Tyshawn Swalstad. He just shot a little floater down from the low block, got it to go. He's the shortest player on the court. He's listed at 5'7". Floated it over everybody and got it to go. In the half court, it's Hamrick. Senior with it, looking for Spielman at the elbow, doesn't have it, gets it to the junior Bateson. Bateson, left wing, swing it over to Hamrick, right wing, about 26 feet from the hoop. Now to DeGrange. DeGrange in the right corner. DeGrange, left-hand dribble, gets into the paint, little spin move, fade away, shot up and good. Truman DeGrange, such a nice touch on his shot. Just a junior, he's a lefty, and DeGrange operated into the paint, got the first bucket, and we're tied 2-2. Worland breaks the pressure, Swalstad with it, drives baseline, kicks it out to the corner. Now it swings up to the right side. That's Caballero. Caballero swings it over to Swalstad. Swalstad, a couple dribbles, guarded by Haswell. Haswell, much taller than Swalstad, looks inside for Harris, can't get it to him, and Spielman comes away with it. Spielman up the left sideline, eyes up, dribbling, right hand along the left sideline, working on Harris, gets to the free throw line, kicks it to Hamrick. Hamrick drives the paint, fires it up and good. Cale Hamrick with 2. 4-2, Bronx have an early lead. 6:04 to go on the range scoreboard. And Worland just threw it right to Bateson. Oh, boy. Pressure was applied by Hamrick and DeGrange. Pass goes up to DeGrange. He lays it in for 2 more. DeGrange has 4, and that was just a terrible pass by Worland right there. They threw it directly to Connor Bateson. The double team affected the pass, but it was right to Bateson, and the Bronx capitalized, taking it down the floor quickly. They're up 6-2, and a quick timeout called by Worland. Worland's coach is Aaron Abel, and he didn't like what he saw. They're down 4 early. A couple turnovers in the half court, 1 in the full court. And he calls a quick timeout. He's drawing on the clipboard as his guys all stand around him. Bronx put their hands up, break the huddle. Reminder, if you're listening to this game but you're around a tablet or a cell phone, you can just go to SheridanMedia.com, click on the banner on the homepage, and you'll actually get the audio along with the video stream of this game. So if you couldn't make it to the gym today, you still can watch. Bronx up 6-2 in the early going, out of the timeout. Bronx make no substitutions. Starters on the floor. Full court pressure applied by the Bronx. Worland with it. That's Page. Page passes off to Swalstad. Swalstad back to Page. Page left side guarded by DeGrange. Page kicks it up. Caballero swings it over Swalstad. He fires a wild 3 over Bateson. DeGrange with the rebound. That's a bad shot. Forced shot by Swalstad. DeGrange with a rebound. Avoids pressure and passes off to Bateson. Bateson looks over to head coach Jeff Martini and sets the offense. Gets the play call. Works right to Haswell. Haswell at the elbow on the right side. Swings it over to Spielman. He fires a deep 3. Can't get that to go. Haswell fighting for the rebound. They call it over the back on Haswell. I didn't see any contact there. Looked like over the back, but he jumped straight up. I didn't see any contact with the body. Doesn't matter what I think. Haswell gets whistled for his first foul in the ball game. Bronx leads 6-2. 5:14 to go on the range scoreboard. Bronx full court trapping pressure right now with Bateson and DeGrange running the forecourt. Hamrick comes over. Once Worland crosses half court, they get it off to Page. Page looking for somebody, fires it up to Caballero. Caballero gets a call from his head coach. They want to run thumbs up. I see the thumb go up in the air. He backs up to the Bronx head, passes off to Harris. He's on the left wing. Now pass goes off to Thiel. Thiel kicks it over left side. Open 3 for Caballero. He fires it over to DeGrange. Can't get that to go. DeGrange pulls down another rebound. The junior with a left-handed pass up to Hamrick along the baseline. Hamrick, quick little move, gets to the paint, up and in for the senior Kale. Hamrick has 4, DeGrange has 4, and the Bronx have 8. It's 8-2, 4.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Worland breaks pressure. They get it to Harris in the corner. Harris right to Bateson. Oh, boy, that's the second steal Bateson got. Both passes went directly to him. Bateson drives down, fires up a little jumper. It's good. The junior gets his first bucket of the ball game, and it's 10-2. Swalstad with it. Across half court. Gets it off to Thiel. Thiel looking inside for Harris. Harris has it guarded by Haswell. Harris takes baseline. Almost stepped on the baseline. Boy, that was close. Haswell knocks it loose. Bateson comes over. Harris regains it. Gets it to Caballero. Caballero pass it off Thiel. He has a 3. Over to Grange. Shot no good. Bateson a rebound. Overhead pass to a streaking DeGrange. He gets to Hamrick. Left side layup up and in. Oh, he hit the floor hard. Hamrick fouled, laid it in, and goes to the line to shoot one more. He came down hard on an elbow and a hip, but didn't show any signs. He was excited. He made the shot and gets a free throw. Now he winces in pain a little bit. Hit the floor pretty dang hard down there right in front of the pep band for SHS. Haswell checks out. Nate Miner checks in. Bateson checks out. Tanner Hamrick's in. And Tyler Hutton will check in if Hamrick hits this free throw. I'll reset the floor as soon as this shot goes up. 12-2, Bronx up 10 quickly. Holy cow. Shot up and good by Hamrick. Hamrick quickly has 7 in the ball game. Halfway to his season total, over half to his season total. DeGrange, Tanner Hamrick, Spielman, Hutton, and Miner all on the floor for the Bronx. Page breaks the pressure, gets it down to Harris along the baseline. Fires a little pass over to Thiel. Thiel now up top, Codgel. Codgel gets it to Swalstad. He fires a 3, no good. Rebound bounces around. Spielman comes down with it. Passes off to Tanner Hamrick. Tanner up to Miner. Miner, 3-point line. Right-hand dribble. Gets to the baseline. Now he'll back up. Get it to Tanner. Tanner fires the 3. That's no good. Rebound fought for. Hutton over the back. Foul goes against the senior Tyler Hutton, who wears 21. Good position by Tyler Kidgel as he went up and grabbed that basketball. The Bronx came out with vengeance here. No fatigue showing from the Bronx here in the early going. 13-2. They're up 11. Page breaks the pressure, fires up a left-hand shot. That's no good. Hutton pulls down the rebound, and then he's tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow Sheridan's way. Hutton does a good job rebounding. Doesn't get a ton of playing time. Stands 6 foot tall. He's a senior. But when he's in there, he really battles on the glass. DeGrange gets it to Spielman. Spielman back to DeGrange as they try to break this pressure. They do. Get it to Hamrick. Hamrick, nice pass to Hutton. Hutton, nice pass to Miner. Miner, shot up and good. Assist goes to Hutton. Nate Miner gets the first bench points of the ball game for the Bronx, and they're up 13. It's 15-2. Oh, boy. Swalstad across half court. Swalstad, crossover dribble. He's double-teamed. Hamrick and Spielman. Spielman steals it. Spielman, ball on the floor. Looks left to Hutton. Hutton steps outside the three-point line. Fires a 3. That's long. Tanner Hamrick with the rebound. He's knocked to the floor. No call. Saved by Worland, and Harris comes away with it. Swalstad across half court. Left side, along the sideline. He's double-teamed. Throws it into Miner's hands, but it's knocked away, and Thiel comes away with it. Thiel up top to Page. Page, left-hand dribble to the elbow. Can't get past DeGrange and kicks it out. Worland resets. Swalstad, left-hand dribble. He's hounded by Hamrick. Pass goes off right side, Kidgel. Kidgel, guarded by Hutton. Kidgel, pass it off Page. Page, left-hand dribble, working on DeGrange. Gets the low block, fires a shot up and good off the glass. Page with his first bucket, and it's 15-4. Bronx up 11. Pass goes into Tanner Hamrick. He lost it. Kidgel with it, fires up a shot. That doesn't go. Miner pulls down the rebound. Now to DeGrange. DeGrange working against Swalstad. DeGrange, left-hand dribble. Fires the pass to Miner right at half court. Miner, couple dribbles, keeps his dribble, gets to the elbow. Now he picks it up, fires a little fadeaway shot from there, and goes. Nate Miner, the sophomore, has 4 early points. 17-4. Minute 47 to go here in this first period. Cross half court comes Owen Page. He threw it away right to Tyler Hutton. Tyler Hutton jumped the passing lane, gets it off to Spielman. Spielman back to Hutton as they cross half court. Now to Hamrick, now to DeGrange. DeGrange fires a 3, corner, no good. Hutton offensive board. Goes up for the shot. He's fouled from behind. Hutton goes to the line to shoot 2. Last night, Hutton did get a bucket. He had 2 points in the game last night. Down at Natrona High School. Bronx dropped that game 64-68. Hutton eyes the first free throw. That one's up and good. Hutton wears number 21. Bronx make a couple substitutions as Spielman checks out, Haswell checks in. And actually, that's going to be the only substitution. So Haswell, Hutton, Minor, and both Hamricks on the floor. Kale a senior, Tanner a sophomore. Kale wears 2, Tanner wears 3. Hutton, 3 dribbles, eyes the free throw. That's up, and it goes. Hutton with 2 points, and it's 19-4. Bronx with a big lead. Boy, this is looking like the Lady Bronx game all over again. Pass goes to Martinez. Martinez now to Kidgel. Kidgel drives the paint, fires a shot, low block. They call a foul on the floor as Kidgel was diving into the paint. One of the Bronx reached in. They're actually going to get Tanner Hamrick for the reach, and Connor Bateson checks into the game. He comes right in for Tanner. Tanner goes out. Minor, Hutton, Haswell, Hamrick, and Bateson on the floor, and that's Cale Hamrick. Tanner Hamrick's the one that went to the bench. Inbound pass not handled, and Hutton gets a steal. Bateson with it. Quickly up to Haswell. Left side. Haswell, a little jump pass over to Hamrick. Hamrick, three-point line, kicks it out Bateson. He eyes the three, puts it up right side. That doesn't go. Hamrick, offensive board. Puts it on the floor. Tied up. Hamrick jerks it away. Goes up for a shot and good. Hamrick with 9. 21-4. Worland turns it over again. Couldn't handle it. Hutton comes away with the steal. Assist to Hamrick. Hamrick lays it up. He's fouled. Cale Hamrick has 11 in this first quarter. And, well, I said it's a replica of the Lady Bronx game. I mean, Worland just not handling the defensive pressure by Sheridan. Same thing happened in the girls' game. Not very many players on the floor are handling the ball pressure, the defensive ball pressure from the Bronx. Same story in the Lady Bronx game, as there was just turnovers galore to start the game by the opposing team. 24-4 as Hamrick makes that free throw, converts the and one. 20-point lead. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Pass goes off to Page. That's Grant Page, not Owen Page. He kicks it out to Martinez, who hits a three, and it's 24-7. 36 seconds to go on the Range scoreboard. Bateson working against Martinez, and he crosses half court. Gets it to Haswell right side. Skip pass over to Hamrick. He tries a three. Left wing. Bang! Cale Hamrick. Hamrick with 15 already in the first quarter. 15 to the Bronx, 27 points. It's a 20-point lead. Whew, under 20 to go. Martinez with it. Almost threw it away. It was rescued by Decker. Decker gets it down low to Butte. Butte lays it up and in as the clock winds down under 10. Bateson with it. He's double-teamed. Bateson splits the double team and is fouled. No free throws yet. That's just the fourth team foul on Worland this quarter, so it's unlikely the Bronx will get to the bonus. And the Bronx have the length of the floor to go with 6.7 seconds to go. Hutton, Minor, Hamrick, Bateson, and Haswell on the floor. That's Cale Hamrick on the floor for the Bronx. Haswell inbounding for the Bronx. Haswell, long pass, goes to Hamrick. 6 seconds, the clock starts. Hamrick, little pause, gets up to the right side, gets it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Worland. So now 1.2 seconds on the clock. Bronx are going to have to take a quick shot. You've got to set a screen or cut to get open and get any sort of open right here. Bateson inbounding. Bateson looking for a cutter. Doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. Skip pass goes to Worland. Actually stolen by Worland, and that runs out the clock. But, hey, it's a 27-9 lead for the Bronx at the end of one. We'll take a break and come back with second quarter action. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
This is State Senator Dave Kinski, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Bronx lead 27-9. Again, kind of a repeat of the Lady Bronx basketball game where Sheridan just came out like gangbusters and has really put it on Worland. Lady Bronx dominated their game today. They were up, I think, as many as 31 in their ball game. They wound up winning by 26. Meanwhile, the Bronx right now are up 18 points at the end of one. Bronx have made a substitution as Ty Gilbertson checks into the ball game for the first time. Ty is a 5'9 junior and wears number 12. Ty is joined by Connor Bateson, Beck Haswell, Truman DeGrange, and Garrett Spielman. Spielman, the lone senior on the floor. Gilbertson, Bateson, and DeGrange are all juniors. Haswell just a sophomore. Worland basketball out of the quarter break. 18-point lead for the Bronx. Pass goes off to Thiel. Thiel guarded by Haswell. Bronx showing zone. First time in the ball game. That's not true. But they come out to start in a zone. Haswell knocks it away. Gets the steal, and then he's fouled from behind by Harris. Yeah, Bronx showed a little zone in the first period. A couple possessions they came down, showed a little zone. They were a lot of man, but they showed some zone in the first period. But they come out and force a turnover immediately. Foul on Harris. Gilbertson inbounding for the Sheridan Bronx. Gilbertson looks to the corner, finds Bateson in there. Spielman's posting up. Bateson gets it to him. Spielman back to the basket, working against Harris. Passes off to DeGrange. DeGrange, little pump fake, dribbles left, and then passes off to Bateson. Now Spielman left side. Up at the wing, drives into the paint, fires up a shot, good. Boy, Garrett Spielman last year spent a lot of time at the three-point line. This year he has made a concerted effort to get into the paint and make layups, and he has done well at that early in this season. Turnover, DeGrange with it, fires up a shot, doesn't go. Bateson, rebound, fires a shot, doesn't go, gets his own board and puts it back in. Bateson has 4. Boy, just to finish that point, Spielman has become, he can score from all 3 levels. Score from the mid-range as Worland turns it over again. Swalstad just threw that thing out of bounds. Spielman just doesn't settle for threes. He still shoots a lot of threes, and he's a good shooter from the three-point line, but he has the ability to get to the paint now and use his size. And, yeah, really nice to see Garrett score at all 3 levels. The three-point line, the mid-range, and in close on the down near the basket. Bronx break pressure as they get it to Haswell. Haswell dribbles right. Gilbertson fires a 3. That's short. Gets his own rebound. One dribble along the baseline. Kicks it out to DeGrange. He's got an open 3. The lefty fires it from the left wing. That's short. Rebound goes to Harris. Harris kicks it up the right sideline. Swalstad working on Bateson. Fires a shot. He's fouled. Bateson brought his arm down. They say with the body. Bateson brought his arm down too. 31-9. Bronx with an early lead. 6:44 to go here in the second period. Bronx are 10-3 on the season. Dropped a tight one to Natrona last night. Fun season for the Bronx and Lady Bronx. Good record so far. Athletic teams as Swalstad misses the first free throw. He has 2 points in the ball game. 0 for 1 on this trip from the free throw line. Haswell, Spielman, Gilbertson, DeGrange, and Bateson on the floor. Shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Garrett Spielman. Well, we told you Worland only shoots 55% from the free throw line, and 2 kind of ugly misses right there. Oh, great pass from DeGrange down to Haswell. Haswell lays it up and in. DeGrange just a quick touch pass. He had an open 3, but Haswell's 2 feet under the basket, makes the smart decision, makes the extra pass, and Haswell lays it up and in. 33-9. Bronx way up. Harris with it. Harris dribbling, kicks it off right side. Caballero, he looks to the corner, finds Thiel. Thiel looking down low to Harris. Harris working against Haswell, lays it up and in. Harris's first basket of the ball game, and it's 33-11. Bronx up 22. Full court pressure from Worland. They get it to DeGrange. DeGrange, they said, walked. DeGrange didn't like the call. He caught it and was trying to put the dribble down, maybe picked up that back foot. So a turnover by the Bronx. They haven't had very many of those. But a turnover by the Bronx with 6:06 to go here on the range scoreboard. We're in the second period. Bronx up 22 points. Owen Page with it. Owen dribbling. Haswell on him. He passes it right. Martinez. Martinez back to Page. There are 2 Pages on Worland. Owen and Grant. And shot goes up, missed by Martinez. Offensive rebound by Harris. Now Gilbertson comes away with it. Gilbertson gets it to Haswell. Haswell right side. Layup up and in. Beck Haswell with 4 points. 6'3" sophomore. And we have a timeout. And Worland wants to make mass subs. Oh, no, not mass substitutions. He looked at his bench and signaled like, hey, everybody go to the scorer's table. That's not true. He's just getting Swalstad into the game to run the point. We'll keep it here with 5:42 to go in the first half. Sheridan leads 35-11. We want to thank you for tuning in to 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM all season long to bring you Bronc and Lady Bronc action and football, basketball, Trooper baseball. Home basketball games, you can also stream the video. The audio's piped in. You can see the game, see the score. It's pretty awesome. Just go to SheridanMedia.com, click on the banner. You can watch the game, hear the game. And out of the timeout, Bronx with a 24-point lead on the floor. Bateson, Gilbertson, DeGrange, Spielman, and Haswell. 3 juniors, a sophomore, and the lone senior is Spielman. Cale Hamrick already with 15. He had 15 in the first quarter. just came out on fire, and along with every other Bronc. I mean, the Broncs, well, no hangover from Natrona last night. Sometimes you go down, you travel, you lose a tight one, a hard-fought game, a physical game, and you come out the next day and just don't play well. They have put it to Worland right off the bat with defensive pressure and being very sound offensively, being disciplined offensively. Worland basketball out of the timeout. Pass goes to Caballero. Caballero picked up by DeGrange in the full court. Caballero left-hand dribble across half court. Picks it up. Now he's double-teamed. Bateson comes over. DeGrange leaves, and it's one-on-one. Pass goes over to Swalstad. Swalstad guarded by DeGrange now. Swalstad left-hand dribble. Works toward the volleyball line. Crossover dribble. Gets a step on DeGrange and then threw it away. Spielman knocked it away, but Harris runs it down. Passes off to Thiel. Thiel, baseline. Shot. No good. Off the iron. Spielman pulls down a big rebound. Spielman looking, finds Bateson. Bateson gets it back to Spielman, and they'll run the floor across half court. Now to Gilbertson in the corner. Back to Spielman. Eyes the three. Puts it up. Bang! Garrett Spielman. Spielman with 5 in the ball game. Had 21 last night against Natrona, 5 here in the first half. Bronx lead 38-11. Holy cow. They're blowing the doors off of Worland. Owen Page with it. Owen Page, bad defense by the Bronx. They just let Page go all the way to the paint and lay it up and in. 38-13. Coach Martini's going to make a line change as all the subs come over to the scorer's table. Pass goes to Spielman. Spielman dribbles, passes off to Gilbertson. Now swing it up Haswell. Swing it over to DeGrange. DeGrange, right side. Left-hand pass to Bateson. Back to DeGrange. Eyed the three. Got it to Haswell instead near the paint. Gets it to DeGrange. DeGrange, nice little move. Got Harris in the air. Lays it up and in. Truman DeGrange, the junior, with 6. It's 40-13. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. Bronx have 40 points. Holy cow. Owen Page with it, guarded by Haswell, passes off Swalstad. Swalstad, a double bounce pass goes over to Page. Page bounce passes back to Swalstad. Bronx in this zone, 1-3-1. It's an extended 1-3-1, and they like to trap if they can. Haswell's at the very top of this 1-3-1. Pass just going back and forth between Page and Swalstad. Page kicks to Swalstad. He'll fire a long 3. Off the iron, no good. Harris offensive board up and in. Nobody put a body on Chase Harris, and he got the offensive rebound and the putback. 40-15, Bronx up 25. Pass goes to a cutting DeGrange at half court. He's fouled from behind by Harris. Harris listed at 6'4". I don't think he's quite that. I think he's maybe 6'2", 6'3". He's got an inch on DeGrange, maybe 2. A lot of subs for the Bronx. Breck Reed comes into the ball game for the first time today. Reed wears number 4. He's a sophomore. Tanner Hamrick on the floor. He wears number 3. He's a sophomore. Nate Miner's a sophomore. He's in the game. And then senior Hutton and senior Cale Hamrick on the floor for your Bronx. Reed backs it up, handling the point. He's guarded by Swalstad. Passes it off to Hamrick in the corner. Looking for Miner. Threw it away as Thiel jumped in, knocked it away, and Worland comes up with the basketball. Page with it. That's Owen Page. He fires a shot up. No good. Goes to the line to shoot 2. Foul underneath. I think they're going to get Tanner Hamrick. They do. They get Tanner. Lucas Hutton was, or not Lucas. Lucas is Tyler Hutton's brother. Tyler Hutton was in the area, but they whistle Tanner Hamrick, so the sophomore picks up a foul. 40-15. Bronx up 25. 3:20 to go here in the first half. At the line is Owen Page. Owen puts that one up, doesn't go. Owen's a senior, has 4 points in the ball game. He's the leading scorer on the season for Worland, averaging 13 points a game. There's another Page, a sophomore, Grant, on this team as well. He's seen limited action so far. Owen Page puts that up and it goes. Whereas number 5 makes the free throw. Worland makes a substitution, and Sheridan basketball after they receive it from the officials. Hutton with it in the full court. Gets it to Hamrick. Hutton got called for a double dribble. Hutton actually fumbled the pass and then picked it up, and they're calling that fumbled pass a dribble, so he gets whistled for a turnover, and it's Worland basketball from underneath their own hoop. Swalstad to do the inbounding. Swalstad just 5'7". Kicks it off to the corner, Caballero. Caballero wants a cutter. Nobody comes. Now Owen Page comes over. They kick it off Harris. Harris, hand off to Caballero. Caballero, hand off to Swalstad. He's guarded by Reed. Bounce pass down low to Harris. He's guarded by Miner. Hutton gives help. Pass goes back out to Swalstad. He tries to get in the paint. Can't. Kicks it out Caballero. Now to Page. Page, left-hand layup. Past Hamrick. Shot up and good. Owen Page was 7. It's 40-19. Hamrick with it. Hamrick dribbles through traffic. Gets it off to Miner. Miner up the left side. We've got a block going against Owen Page. And it'll be Sheridan basketball after the foul call. Minor, Hutton, both Hamricks, and Reed on the floor for the Bronx. Breck Reed working right, working against Swalstad. It's a zone from Worland. They're running an extended 2-3. Pass goes to Hamrick in the corner. Looking inside for Hutton. Doesn't have it. Skip pass goes to a cutting Reed at the elbow. Swing it over Minor. He'll fire a 3 right side. That's in and out. Hutton with the rebound. It gets ripped away by Swalstad. Hutton got the offensive board. Swalstad came from behind and swiped it. Swalstad, top of the key. Nobody picks him up. Fires a 3 short, and then it rolls in. So Swalstad gets a 3 to go, and it's 40-22. Reed with it. Bounce pass off to Minor. Minor swings it to Cale Hamrick. Hamrick across half court. Looking right. Fakes right. Fires a layup and good. Cale's got his first bucket of the second quarter and 17 total points in the ball game. 42-22. Bronx up 20. Hamrick guarding Page. Page, left-hand dribble. Gets into the paint. Kicks it out Caballero. He fires a 3 over Tanner Hamrick. That doesn't go. Good box out Nate Minor. He comes up with a rebound. Dribbles up the left side, and he's fouled by Swalstad. Good box out. Minor gives up an inch maybe to Harris. Boxed him out, pulled down the board, went up the left sideline and got fouled. Bronx up 20. Under 2 to go here in the first half. Breck Reed with it. He crosses the Bronx head, gets to the volleyball line, and starts the offense. Handoff goes to Hamrick. Hamrick bounce pass to Hutton at the elbow. That's right elbow. Hutton, ball over his head, kicks it to Minor. Minor, little step back 3. Good. Wow. Sweet shot from the sophomore. He has 7 in the ball game. 45-22. Bronx lead by 23. Page to Caballero. Caballero crashes into the low block. Fires a shot. Doesn't go. Harris offensive board. Shot up. Doesn't go. Harris offensive board. Puts that one up and in. Well, sometimes when you average close to 10 rebounds a game, it's because you miss bunnies. That's what happened there. Harris missed the putback, got his own rebound, put the putback in to score and make this a 21-point game. 45-24 here in the first half. Minor decides to heat check, fires a long 3. That doesn't go. Hamrick, offensive board. Oh, he just ripped it away from Caballero. Caballero got the defensive board. Hamrick ripped it away, and then Hamrick got tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow stays Sheridan's way. Mason Decker checks in for Worland. Thiel checks out. Breck Reed inbounding for the Bronx along the baseline. Garrett Spielman, a late substitution. He comes in for Hutton. And we got another late substitution. DeGrange checking in, and now Haswell checking, and Bateson checking. Martini looked at his bench, and he was like, you go, let's get all the starters in there. So all of a sudden, starters are back on the floor for the Bronx. That's Bateson, Haswell, Spielman, Hamrick, and Truman DeGrange. Bateson. Ball over his head along the baseline. Gets it to Spielman. Wide open 3. Missed it. Boy, can't have a more open look, but then an offensive rebound. Spielman, ball on the floor, and Worland comes away with it. Boy, they scrapped for it. Page quickly to Caballero. Caballero across half court, right side, working on DeGrange. Fires a shot, good, and he's fouled. Well, Sheridan, it was a wild scenario down there underneath the hoop as Worland pulled down the defensive rebound. Cale Hamrick ripped it away from him, and then the ball got ripped from Cale to Worland, and then Worland went up the floor and got a layup up and in by Caballero. His first bucket of the ball game, and he's at the line to try to convert the and one. He can't. Rebound Haswell. Gets it off to Bateson. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Bronx up 19. Bateson to DeGrange. DeGrange right side to Haswell. Handoff back to DeGrange. DeGrange loops around the perimeter. Looking for Hamrick. Gets it to him in the corner. Hamrick backs it up with 24 seconds on the clock. Hamrick. Nice pass to Bateson. Bateson can't handle it. And now Bateson scraps for it. Ball's on the floor. Page and Bateson dive on the ball. What do we get? Jump ball is the call. Page was laying on the floor, had the ball. Bateson dove on top of him, grabbed the ball. Hamrick had a good look there to Bateson. Ball just went through his hands and wound up on the floor, and then it was a scrap for the basketball. Jump ball call goes the way of Worland. 45-26, 16.3 seconds on the range scoreboard. It's the second quarter. Kidgel with it. Back to Caballero. Caballero now up top. Swings it off. Kidgel cutting. Throws a bad pass. Boy, he tried to hit Chase in the lane. Bad pass stolen by Spielman. Spielman to Hamrick. Hamrick left side. Nice little pass off to Haswell. Cale Hamrick with the assist. Haswell with the bucket. And we go to halftime with the Bronx up 21. 47-26. It's a 21-point lead for your Sheridan Bronx. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, That play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Your community bank, check. Your construction experts, check. Hi, this is Melissa Murray, and no matter what your construction needs are, First Northern Bank of Wyoming checks all the boxes. From purchasing a lot to the construction process through the long-term financing. Stop in and see us at 29 North Gould Street or call us at 673-7777 to get started today. We are First Northern Bank, and we are your community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 2186083.
Wake up and smell the coffee, lovers. McDonald's in Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette are bringing back the McCafe menu magic. Delightful espresso drinks and coffees. Whether you crave the warmth of a hot cappuccino or caramel cappuccino, mochas, lattes, iced coffees, and more, you can order your McCafe coffee right from the McDonald's app using mobile order and pay for a quick pickup. Your mornings just got a whole lot better with McDonald's McCafe because, hey, good days start with a great cup of coffee. It's back.
Even though it's chilly outside, we feel the warmth of this community. Hi, this is Elizabeth.
JT.
And Addison from EBIA Hearing and Sound.
We are excited to share that Addison Dempsey, our new doctor of audiology, is now accepting patients.
We offer comprehensive care in our evaluations and technology offerings, and we look forward to helping you reconnect with your loved ones. EBIA Hearing and Sound, 1273 Coffeen Avenue, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Bronx lead 47-26 at halftime. Boy, Bronx came out on fire. They were up 27-9 at the end of the first quarter. Defensively, failed a little bit there in the second quarter, but kept the offense going. They're up 47-26, and I am joined by the head coach of the Lady Bronx, head coach Ryan Sullivan. And Coach, your girls knocked off Worland today, 57-31, just about an hour ago. And I mean, you did what you're supposed to do, right? Worland is an inferior team compared to you guys athletically, skill-wise, but you guys came out after I don't want to say a tough game, but you're on the road down in Casper. You come back, and Natrona gave it their all. You come out and you do what you're supposed to do this morning.
Yeah, when we talked last night, we said we wanted to see how we would respond to having to play late on Friday night, and if we can get up on Saturday morning and play and be competitive and be ready to go. And the girls did that, and they did that really well. I thought, Worland scored. I don't know how many they scored the first half, but they hit some tough shots on us. I thought we played good enough defense to make them take shots that I don't think that they, we asked them to take really tough shots, and they made a couple of them, and we still got out of the half in really good shape. So.
Well, and Coach, I feel the same way as far as your defense really set the tone, right? I mean, Worland had like 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Your guys' three-quarter court pressure as well as the half-court pressure really got to Worland. You took advantage of them not having a lot of ball handlers, and sometimes that's all you need, right? If the effort's there defensively, you can come out and everything else kind of follows suit, right?
Yeah, and on top of that, I thought, we had kids. We went to our bench today, and I thought Cam Wagner had a really good stretch of minutes when she got in, and I thought Erin Newton played really well when she got in. And we're trying to get Kaylee Chase going. She had really good minutes in the first half, so was really pleased with that. We got to be able to play 6, 7, 8 deep, obviously, if we want to be in good shape down the stretch. So it was important today to get some of those kids some run.
Yeah, and Coach, so you look at next week, we talked briefly about it last night, but you get Easton Central, probably the toughest road trip of the year in terms of the quality of the opponent and the fact that you have to go down to Cheyenne on Friday and play 2 basketball games. What are you looking at tomorrow, or next week for those games?
Yeah, we got to be really good on the boards against East. They got some kids that are pretty tall, and they're athletic and big, and they board really well, and I think we can guard them and do a good job guarding them. If we give them 2-3 possessions after their first shot, we're going to have our work cut out for us. And then Central plays at a quick tempo. They're going to try and turn us over. I think that up-tempo games are going to favor us a little bit. And so we're ultimately we want to be really good at what we do, and so we'll refine that this week and hopefully be great on the glass on Friday night.
Coach, you brought up a really good point. That's something that you see that you don't see with a lot of teams is when they're able to transition really quickly. Sometimes you make some dumb turnovers, and I'm not saying it's high school basketball. That does happen from time to time. But a lot of times you guys are so disciplined in getting your shot, even though you want to go up tempo. It's really nice to have Addie Pendergast and Ali Lagaki really kind of set the tempo when they're running the point, able to go when they want to go, but then you've done a nice job with the girls just making sure that they're getting good shots.
Yeah, we want to get out and transition, but if we ask them to guard the width of the floor and try and do that quickly, and then especially a team that's going to zone us, right? Let's make them get out of spots and out of their position in the zone or whatever they're guarding, and hopefully get them out of sorts so we can have active cutters in transition. If we don't have a look, we made them guard the width of the floor, ask them to do it again the next time. So Penn has been phenomenal at that, and obviously Addie Adeline Burgess has had to run the point for us a little bit, and Allie runs the point for us, and I think all of our kids that we trust with the basketball have done phenomenal with it.
Well, awesome, Coach. We always appreciate the time. Again, Lady Bronx win today, 57-31. Good weekend. You will go 2-0. Always appreciate the time, Coach Ryan Sullivan.
Thanks, Aaron. Go Bronx.
Once again, that was head coach Ryan Sullivan, kind enough to join us at halftime of the Bronx game. Bronx are up 47-26. I'll be interested to hear Coach Martini's take. The Bronx went up huge. They were up 27-9. They were up 30-some points at one point in that ball game. And then Worland, they got a little hot. Maybe Sheridan got a little lazy defensively on a couple of those, and I don't normally say that. I mean, the Bronx are not a lazy team. They work hard, but they allowed some shots that they typically don't, where guys are getting in the lane, getting some good looks. I'll be interested to see what Coach Martini says after the game, but right now, like I said, Bronx are up 21 points. They've done a nice job. Cale Hamrick offensively just exploded in that first half, had 17 points, but a very balanced game in terms of scoring outside of that. Nate Miner was second in scoring with 7 points. 2 players had 6. That's Truman DeGrange and Beck Haswell. Garrett Spielman added 5. Connor Bateson added 4. And Tyler Hutton added 2 free throws as well. So the Bronx are at 47 points. That's an incredible pace. I mean, it's likely. I said it in the girls' game. I probably shouldn't say probably. But it's likely we may get to a running clock in this game if the Bronx come out and defend like they did in the first quarter. So the game will obviously, the numbers will be reduced in terms of scoring, but right now the Bronx are on pace to score 94 points. That is a ton of points in high school basketball, and I don't care if it's an interclass matchup or not. So, Bronx with a big lead. We'll come back with third quarter action. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town, and 38 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call, 672-7971, or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Rooting for the home team is the Wyoming way, and the banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan are the 307's biggest fans. Banking with us means you're doing more than ever to support school sports because your money stays right here in our community. We're proud to recognize our hard-working athletes with youth sponsorships, and the local difference means the familiar faces you know and trust for your banking needs are the same ones cheering with you up in the stands. BuffaloFed.Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to your family's health care, everybody's needs are different. You might be under stress from work. Your daughter needs a physical, while your youngest needs immunizations. One Health is the one place where the whole family can receive integrated care. That's primary health care, mental health services, chronic care management, and more. Because at One Health, our integrated approach takes care of the whole you and your whole family. Learn more at onechc.org/integrated.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Aaron Lagaki with you, getting set to start second half action of the Sheridan Bronx versus the Worland Warriors. Bronx have a big lead. It's 47-26. Bronx, they shot well last night. They're on fire here today. 47 points in the first half is a lot. Gave up some scoring to Worland in the second quarter. Bronx were up almost 20. They were up 18 at the end of the first quarter and sit here with a 21-point lead at the end of 2 or the beginning of 3, however you want to look at it. Starters for the Bronx on the floor: Hamrick, DeGrange, Haswell, Bateson, and Spielman. Bronx start with the basketball out of the timeout. Bateson handling the point, passes off to DeGrange, left wing. He'll fire a 3. That's short. Cale Hamrick, nice offensive board. Missed it, missed the putback, grabs another board, and then it's ripped away. Swalstad comes away with it for Worland. Swalstad up the left side across half court. Picked up by Haswell. Looks inside for Chase. He fires a shot up. That doesn't go. Chase Harris couldn't get it to go, and it's rebounded by the Bronx. Spielman with it. Bounce pass off to DeGrange, and he crosses half court. Back to Spielman. Spielman dives into the paint, kicks it out to Bateson. Thought about the 3, kicks it to Hamrick instead. He will fire the 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Haswell and Spielman both had it. Spielman comes away with it. Now it goes to Bateson. Back to Spielman. He fires a 3. That's no good. Bronx 0 for 2 on their 3-point shooting here in the second half. Swalstad with it, tries a bounce pass, tried to force it through 3 Bronx, and Bateson comes away with a steal. 7:08 on the range scoreboard, third period. Bronx up 21, 47-26. Bateson with it, crosses half court. Bounce pass, nice pass from Bateson. The assist goes to Bateson to a cutting Hamrick, who has 19 in the ball game. Good cut by Hamrick, good vision by Bateson to see that and pass that along to Hamrick for the easy layup on the right side. In the half court, Bateson kicks it out of bounds. Swalstad was trying to make a bounce pass, and Bateson kicked it out of bounds along the sideline. And Bateson moves over to pick up some trash that was left over from the halftime show at the Bronkhead. Hands it to Greg Carroll, one of the officials. Carroll passes it off to the bleachers. So they get the debris taken care of from halftime. Thiel with it in the half court. He barrels into Cale Hamrick, and we got a charge call. Hamrick, he's willing to give up his body and step in. He tries to take a lot of charges, does so right there. Offensive foul against Worland, and it's Sheridan basketball on the turnover. Spielman inbounding for the Bronx. Spielman finds Bateson. Bateson's in the corner. Bateson working against Page. Gets past Page, then slows the pace and gets across half court. Bateson works over to Hamrick. Hamrick at the 3-point line. Right-hand dribble. Gets baseline. Caballero cuts him off. Good pass from Hamrick to Bateson. Bateson, a little reverse layup up and in. Well, Bateson got an assist to Hamrick last possession. This time Hamrick with the assist to Bateson. 51-26. Bronx with a 25-point lead. Thiel with it, guarded by Spielman. Thiel barrels in the lane, fires up a shot, and good. That was too easy. Brody Thiel just a couple deliberate dribbles. Oh, and then Spielman throws it away. Swalstad with the steal. He throws the ball through Spielman's legs to his teammate, but it's knocked out of bounds by DeGrange. Those are the things that drive a coach nuts, right? You've got a big lead, and just poor defense, then a turnover. As a head coach, you always want your guys working. And Sheridan works. I mean, these boys, good effort from the boys all season long, but every now and then you catch these glimpses where you just lose focus. Worland basketball off the inbound play. Page with it, working on Hamrick, fires a shot, no good. And I think they're going to get DeGrange on a reach-in. It might get Hamrick, but I thought Hamrick was pretty clean. I think DeGrange, they do get DeGrange reaching in on the foul there. So Page goes to the line to shoot 2. Page in the first half had 7 points. He led all Worland scorers. Page is the leading scorer for Worland on the season. Shot up and good. Page is a senior, stands 5'11", averages 13 points a game. Adds 6 rebounds to that. It's 51-19. Page at the line, fires it up. Hard off the glass, no good offensive rebound. Oh boy. Haswell didn't box out, and Coach Martini puts both hands on his head. Like I say, it's one of those things where you want to stay disciplined the entire game, whether you're up 20, down 20, you want to play disciplined. Streaking down the floor is DeGrange. He lays it up and in. Well, the offense has not been a problem for the Bronx. We'll see if they can do some damage defensively. It's a 24-point ball game. Worland with it. Page fires a shot. No good. Haswell gets a nice rebound that time. Passes off to Bateson. And Bateson walks it up. He's got a double team coming. Somebody's got to help him. Instead, Bateson streaks past the double team. Fires down to Hamrick. Shot up and good. Oh, boy. Nice pass from Bateson. He placed it right next to the backboard. Hamrick went up and got it and has 21 points in the ball game. Assist goes to the junior Bateson. 55-29. Thiel with it. Hamrick picks him up. Now Caballero fires a 3 over to Grange. You get it. He hit it. Caballero with 5. That's his first 3 in the ball game, and we've got a timeout. 55-32. Bronx lead by 23. We'll take a break. Come back with more. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. We're in the third period of Sheridan versus Worland. The Bronx lead 55-32. They're up 23 points out of the timeout. Starters on the floor for the Bronx: Haswell, Bateson, Spielman, DeGrange, and Hamrick. Worland has not broken their huddle yet, but like I say, Bronx offensively, Worland can't stop them, right? However, I think if I know Coach Martini, and I think I do, I think he's going to be a little bit upset about some of the lapses defensively, and even though the Bronx are playing well offensively, it's not one of those where you want bad turnovers. You're going to turn the ball over, but you don't want bad turnovers. It's Sheridan ball after the timeout. Sheridan crosses half court. It's Bateson with it. Kicks it over to Haswell. Thought about the 3. Double team. Kicks it to Hamrick. Swing it over to DeGrange in the corner. DeGrange, a couple dribbles. Had Haswell underneath. Didn't see him. Ball's knocked away, but DeGrange comes back up with it and then does throw it away. Swalstad got his hand on it. Now Bateson steals it. Bateson up the right side. Has Spielman. Lays it up and in instead. Bateson with 8 in the game. Had Spielman for a second. Faked the pass and opened up the lane for an easy layup for the junior. Page, cross half court. Traveled, no call. Harris gets it down low. Shot blocked. Now Haswell fouls. Boy, he blocked Harris's shot. It went to Thiel. Thiel went up for the shot and Haswell fouled him. Sophomore can jump. Jumped up there but got a good chunk of the arm to Thiel. 57-32. It's a 25-point ball game. Thiel at the line. He eyes the free throw. Puts it up and it goes. Thiel with 3 points in the ball game. All 3 here in the third quarter. Substitution for Worland. Actually, nope, he's going to come in for the shooter. So Mason Decker set to check in if Thiel makes this free throw. He receives the basketball from the official. Eyes it. Shot up and good. He makes it. Checks out of the ball game with 4 points. Mason Decker checks in for Worland. Spielman inbounding for the Bronx. 57-34. Bronx up 23 points. 4:22 to go here in the third. Spielman, baseball pass to Bateson, streaking down the floor. Wide open, right-hand layup, up and in. Connor Bateson with 10. Spielman gets the assist on a quarterback pass. DeGrange steals it, puts it up. That does go. Oh, I thought it was going to roll out. DeGrange got it to go in. He's in double digits now. 4:07 to go, 61-34. Swalstad with it. Bateson guarding him. Makes him pass it off to Caballero. Now he goes to Page. Page is double teamed. Skip pass goes long to Swalstad. Swalstad swing it over Decker. Decker, low block, fires a shot over Haswell. Haswell changed that shot, and Bateson comes up with the rebound. Bateson with it, guarded by Page. And then Page backs off, and now Bateson has it. Gets it to Hamrick. Nobody picks him up. Hamrick lays it up and in. Hamrick with 23 in the ball game. Another assist goes to Bateson. Page down low, working over Spielman. Shot blocked by Spielman. Spielman gets his own gets the rebound, passes up to Haswell. Haswell streaking up the floor, lays it up, missed it. DeGrange with the putback, it's good. Sherman DeGrange with 12. Well, the Bronx just opening it up, 65-34, and another timeout by Worland. We'll make sure it's a full timeout. It's not. It's a 30-second timeout. So, well, just like the Lady Bronx game, Lady Bronx went up huge and used all of their bench. Bronx are going to do the same as Coach Martini makes some substitutions. We'll see who all is coming out on the floor, but a couple new faces coming to the scorer's table. I know Coach Martini is preaching defense right now. Don't get sloppy, right? We're up 31 points. We want to see effort over the next 3 minutes and 19 seconds. That's what's left in the third period. And it's just a huge lead for the Bronx. Offensively, no issues whatsoever. Defensively, just not enough good possessions defensively. You know, Worland is not, they're not on the level of Sheridan. And They held them to 9 points in the first quarter. And then Worland went out and scored 17 in the second quarter. They've got 8 here in the third quarter. So I'm sure Coach Martini wants to see good defensive effort. Substitutions on the floor. We'll get those to you in a second. Caballero passes over to Swalstad. He fires a 3 left side. That's long. Doesn't go. Ball bounces around and almost out of bounds, but Swalstad comes up with it. He's in the corner. A couple dribbles. Dumps it off down low. Page, left hand, reverse layup up and in. Owen Page gets into double digits. So he laid that in. Hutton with it. Passes off to Gilbertson. Christian Burgess, Nate Miner, and Ty Leach are also on the floor for the Bronx. Hutton with it along the sideline. Stepped out of bounds. The pass was a little high. He had trouble handling it, ran over to get it, and stepped on the right sideline. So another turnover by the Bronx, 65-36. Caballero with a inbound pass to Swalstad. Swalstad picked up by Gilbertson. Swalstad, couple dribbles. Burgess comes out and picks him up as the Bronx are in zone. Pass goes to the corner, Caballero. Now to Page. Page penetrates into the paint. Nobody stops him. Fires a shot. Doesn't get that one to go. Oh, offensive rebound, Harris. Harris misses that. Page, rebound. Put back. No good. Harris with a rebound. Put back. No good. Oh, man. A lot of attempts for Worland. Couldn't get any of them to go. Finally, Miner ends the possession as he gets the defensive rebound, and then he almost turns it over. Swalstad kicks it out of bounds. Well, sloppy defensively, I should say. Miner inbounding, gets it to Burgess. Burgess, just a sophomore, wears number 11. He is the younger brother of Adeline Burgess, who plays on the Lady Bronx. Miner with it. Dribble. Pass go to Hutton. Hutton, nice pass to Ty Leach. Ty Leach couldn't handle it, and it's a turnover. Caballero comes up with it. Looking for Swalstad. Gets it to him. Hutton guarding him. Swalstad drives baseline, fires up a shot. He's fouled. Goes to the line to shoot 2. And right now, Sheridan's being beaten. I mean, they're up. Don't get me wrong. They're up 29 points, but they're getting beaten one-on-one. And the help side is late, and that's going to drive Coach Martini crazy. You hate to have a letdown. We were worried about a letdown to start as Swalstad hits that free throw. His first point of the second half. He has 6 in total. We were worried about that to start because you have a late-night game against Natrona. Tough loss. Lose by 4 points last night. How do you come out? Well, Sheridan came out like gangbusters. They came out playing very, very well. And then the letdown happened midway through the second quarter. 65-38 as Swalstad hits both free throws. And it's Sheridan basketball. Gilbertson with it. Kicks it off to Miner. Miner crosses half court. Sophomore dribbles with his right hand. Kicks it off to the junior Gilbertson. Now over to Burgess. Burgess drives baseline. Kicks it out to Gilbertson. He has an open 3. Left wing. That's short. Rebound, Worland. It's Decker with it. Decker slows up, lets the Bronx pass him, and then passes off to Caballero on the left side. Now to Martinez. Martinez bounce pass to Page. Nobody's guarding Page. Shot up and good. Owen Page with 12 points, and it's 65-40. Gilbertson with it. Bounce pass to Miner. Miner, couple dribbles. Back to Gilbertson. Gilbertson swings it over to Burgess. Burgess finds Leach in the corner. Leach dives into the paint, fires up a shot. Can't get that to go. Ball bounces around. Miner gets the offensive board and the putback. Miner good. He has 9 in the ball game. And it's 67-40. A minute 10 to go here on the range scoreboard. Caballero with it. Leach picks him up. Pass goes off to number 13, Page. Page guarded by Leach. Page backs Leach down. Finds it wide open 3. Wide open for Mason Decker. And he hits that 3, and it's 67-43. Burgess passes off to Miner. Now to Burgess. Bronx working in the full court. Burgess gets it across half court. Right-hand dribble along the sideline. Burgess back up dribble now between the legs. Goes to Miner, and the Bronx get reset with 41 seconds on the range scoreboard. Miner with it. He backs it out to the Bronx head. Coach Martini wants a set play, and he wants Gilbertson to start the set play. So Gilbertson goes and receives the ball from Miner, works right to Burgess. Burgess drives baseline, gets to the low block, kicks it out Leach. He fires a 3 from the corner. That's no good. Went off the side of the backboard. Worland with a rebound. Decker with it. Crosses half court, kicks it off left, Caballero. Caballero now to Page, guarded by Gilbertson. Page backs down, kicks it out to Martinez. Martinez, couple dribbles. Now to Decker, 9 seconds on the clock. Decker working on Leach. Leach stays in front and then reached in. Oh, Leach did a good job cutting him off and forcing him baseline, then just reached in for the basketball and gets whistled for the foul. It's the 4th team foul against the Bronx. 5.7 seconds on the range scoreboard. Bronx lead by 24, 67-43. Worland makes a substitution, and Martinez will inbound. Martinez looking for somebody. Doesn't have it. Throws up a pass. Oh, it's run down by Worland. Martinez resets inside, fires a three. That's partially blocked. Hutton comes up with it. Minor with it. 1 second. He'll fire a shot from half court. Goes short, and the Bronx take a 67-43 lead into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and come up with a conclusion of this basketball game. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Hi there, this is Jim and Chosby with Stiefel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Bronx lead 67-43. It's a blowout. They're up 24 points. But I have a feeling Coach Martini's not going to be pleased with how this game was played after the first quarter. Bronx were way up. They were up 27-9. And they're still scoring at an incredible rate. They scored 20 points in the second quarter. They scored 20 points in the third quarter. However, they allowed Worland to score 17 points in the second quarter, allowed 17 in the third quarter. And it's not like last night where Natrona was just on fire and hitting every shot. It's just defensive. It's been defensive letdowns. And some on the glass, too, allowing too many second chance opportunities. So starters on the floor for the Bronx. And it's Worland basketball. Shots fired by Decker. He missed it. Hamrick comes up with the rebound. Hamrick streaks up the floor across half court. Finds DeGrange in the corner. DeGrange steps back. Fires a three. That's good. Truman DeGrange with 15 points in the ball game. And it's a 27-point lead for the Bronx. Decker with it. Hounded by Spielman. Decker to Martinez. Picked up by Bateson. Pass goes off. It's knocked away by Hamrick near the sideline. Ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Hamrick, the officials say, and it's Worland basketball. We'll see the defensive effort that the Bronx give. All the starters on the floor in a 27-point ball game. I'm sure that was the conversation Coach Martini was having. Martinez with it. Passes off to Decker. Decker stopped by Bateson. And Spielman with a steal. Spielman up the left side. Nobody there. Spielman jams it home. Garrett Spielman. There's some fireworks in the ballgame. Spielman went up and stuffed that thing with a right-hand stuff. 72-43, 6:55 to go on the Range scoreboard. Worland crosses half court. Hamrick all over him. Passes it off to Page. That's Grant Page, not Owen. Grant passes it off to number 11, Butte. Butte to Martinez, and Martinez resets. Guarded by Bateson. Martinez. Hand off to Kidgel. Kidgel guarded by Bateson. Kidgel. Walked with it. They don't call it. Ball's on the floor. Spielman gets it. Oh, good effort by Spielman. Spielman tipped it away. The ball was loose. Then he grabbed it and threw it off of Worland and out of bounds. Threw it off of Kidgel's knee. So another turnover by Worland, and that's a good opening minute and a half to this fourth stanza. Spielman with it. Passes off to Bateson. And Bateson starts the offense. Kicks it over to DeGrange. Now to Spielman, who cuts across half court. Now to DeGrange. DeGrange back to Spielman at the Bronx head. Kick it off left side to Bateson. Bronx gets set. Spielman kicks it over to Cale Hamrick. Hamrick left side. And he's looking for a cutting DeGrange. It was just outside of his hands, and Worland came away with it. So turnover on the Bronx, 72-43. Swalstad passes it over to Caballero. Caballero. Little entry pass stolen away by Hamrick, and Hamrick stepped on along the baseline. Did a good job reading the pass, saw it coming as he was in help side, jumped the pass, stole it, but was right along the baseline and stepped out of bounds with one of his 2 feet. So it's Worland basketball. Owen Page inbounding. Page gets it to Harris. Harris working against DeGrange. Fires up a little fadeaway. That doesn't go. Haswell with the rebound. Kicks it to Bateson. 7 minutes to go. DeGrange with it. Across half court. Left side. Finds Spielman at the three-point line. Spielman drives baseline. Spin move out of it. Goes to Haswell instead. Haswell gets to the paint. Kicks it out to Hamrick. Hamrick along the baseline. In the corner. Hamrick left-hand dribble out to the wing. Now a hand off to Bateson. Bronx will reset. 43-72. DeGrange with it. DeGrange kicks it out Spielman. He'll fire a long three, top of the key. That's short, and Page comes up with the rebound. That's Owen Page. Gets it to Swalstad. Now over to Caballero left side. Caballero stops at the three-point line. Goes to Page. Now over to Swalstad. Swalstad thought about the three. Bateson closed out on him. Swalstad dribbles instead. Haswell switches on to Swalstad and then still the ball. DeGrange comes up with it. Batted pass by Haswell. DeGrange comes up with 2 points the other way in transition. 17 points for the junior Truman. Much better defensive effort right now. They have not allowed Worland to score in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Page with it. Page guarded by Spielman. Pass off to Caballero. Open three. Thought about it. Now he takes one dribble and backs it off and goes to Harris instead. Harris top of the key. Swing it over Page left wing. Page one dribble. Pass it to Thiel. Thiel over to Swalstad. Well, they're just not getting looks at the hoop right now. Pass goes inside to Thiel. Fires up a shot and good. 6 points for Thiel. 74-45. Bronx lead by 29. Hamrick to Spielman. Spielman near half court. Gets it to Haswell. There's a breakdown defensively. Haswell didn't see it. Oh, threw a pass. It was tipped. Bateson comes up with it and fires a shot and good. Bateson with 12. Haswell had a wide open guy immediately. Haswell missed that one. Then saw Bateson cutting late. And Bateson was able to get the tipped pass and put it in. 76-45. Little over 4 minutes to go here in the fourth period. Page with it. Off to Swalstad at the three-point line. Bateson on him. Swalstad kicks it up to Thiel. Thiel near the volleyball line. Works right to the wing. Haswell on him. Now Caballero. Caballero, one dribble, picks it up. Passes off to Harris. Harris at the Bronc head. Goes over to Page. Left side, guarded by Hamrick. Page drives, tries to get baseline, fires a shot. Bad miss. Haswell with a rebound. He kicks it off to Spielman, and timeout by Coach Martini as he wants to get a couple substitutions into the game. Breck Reed's going to come into the game, as is Tanner Hamrick and Nate Miner. We'll see who he sits when they come out of this timeout. Bronx 76-45. It just came out on fire, 27-9. Defensive effort was great. And then there was a little bit of lull defensively from the Bronx in that second and third period. And they've done their job here in the fourth quarter, because they've only allowed Worland to score 2 points. And really, Worland hasn't had hardly any looks at the basket beyond those 2 points. Sheridan's done a much better job. So there's a positive you can take away from that. I mean, you get a win, but you certainly don't want to end the game playing like they were playing in the second and third quarter. Get the starters all on the floor, playing good team defense. Positive you can take away. As next week the Bronx will take on 2 tough opponents down in Cheyenne. They play East and Central. Miner, Breck Reed, Tanner Hamrick, DeGrange, and Haswell on the floor for the Bronx. Reed handling the point. He's picked up by Swalstad. Reed across half court. Reed up the sideline, right side. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Haswell. Haswell's on the right wing. Haswell kicks it off Tanner Hamrick. Now over to Miner. Miner, quick spin move, guarded by Harris. He's tied up. They call a jump ball. Thought they might get a reach in. Instead, they get a jump ball. Possession now stays with Sheridan. Tyler Hutton checks into the game, and out comes Beck Haswell. So Tanner Hamrick, Hutton, DeGrange, Miner, and Reed are on the floor for the Bronx. Reed inbounding from the baseline, gets it to DeGrange. He has an open three, left side, off the front iron, can't get it to go. Harris pulls down the board. Harris, outlet pass goes to Caballero up the left side. Miner gives chase. Caballero, nice spin move, fires a shot up, can't get the finish to go. Good move to get there, and Page with a rebound. He's fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Breck Reed. They do. They get Breck Reed. Not really an over the back. He was behind him, but he was fighting for that ball, and there was a lot of contact. Ty Gilbertson now checks into the game. The junior comes in for DeGrange. Gilbertson, Reed, Miner, Tanner Hamrick, and Hutton on the floor for the Sheridan Bronx. Swalstad inbounding, finds Caballero, open three, fires it over Tanner Hamrick, in and out. Miner with the rebound. Pass it off to Gilbertson. It's a 31-point lead for the Bronx. Gilbertson across half court, gets it to Reed. Reed gets to the free throw line. Looking for Hutton, almost threw it away. Hutton regains it. Pass goes around the perimeter, all the way to Gilbertson in the corner. Gilbertson, couple dribbles. Nice bounce pass to a cutting Reed. Reed fires it up, he's fouled. Oh, they don't. I thought I heard a whistle. They don't call the foul, but Reed gets 2 points. 2 points for Breck Reed. Defensively, Sheridan in the half court. Shot up and good by Teal. There's one of those breakdowns defensively as Worland got the ball up the floor quickly, passed off to the baseline to Teal. He had one dribble, gets underneath and lays it in. 78-47. Breck Reed with it, guarded by Caballero. Now handoff goes to Miner, top of the key. Miner guarded by Harris. Miner bounce pass to Hamrick. Now over to Gilbertson. Gilbertson, couple dribbles, handoff to Tanner Hamrick. Now to Breck Reed. Reed, three-point line. Now to Hutton, top of the key, swing it over Gilbertson. Just a little dribble weave going on with the Bronx, trying to backdoor. Nothing there. Pass goes to Miner in the corner. Miner, dribble, pass off to Hutton. Now to Tanner Hamrick. Hamrick, one dribble, gets into the paint, gets a backdooring Miner. Miner shot up and good. Nate Miner with 11. 4 Bronx are in double digits here tonight. The usual suspects, Hamrick and DeGrange, and then the unusual suspects, Connor Bates and Nate Miner, in double digits. Miner does score well, just not a lot of games in double digits. He comes off the bench and provides a lot of rebounding and some scoring, averaging 6.5 points a game, but he's at 11 here today. Connor Bateson averages fewer than 3 points a game and has 12 here tonight. Bronx are up 80-47. Timeout on the floor. Bronx sitting on their bench, and I think Coach Martini's much more pleased with what he's seen. Bronx have only given up 4 points in the last 6 minutes, so that's the Sheridan Bronx team we know. That's the team that has worked their record to 10-3 on the season, playing hard. And it wasn't that they were, maybe there was a little bit of an effort, but they just were getting beat offensively, or defensively rather, in one-on-one, and then help side was a step slow. And, it's very rare that we've had to criticize the effort from either the Bronx or the Lady Bronx this season, and just a little bit of a letdown. They build up this huge lead early in the ball game. They were up 20 early, and then they kind of coasted through that second and third period. The scoring was easy, but they were allowing Worland to match them in scoring. 80-47, out of the timeout. Gilbertson, Reed, Hutton, Miner, and Hamrick on the floor. That's Tanner Hamrick. Worland with it in the half court. It's Butte. Butte passes off to Decker. Decker swings it over left side. Martinez. He's hounded by Tanner Hamrick. Martinez lost it. Ball's on the floor, over and back. Decker went over there to retrieve it, or rather, actually, it's Grant Page went over to retrieve it, and he stepped across half court. Ball was never touched by Sheridan, so over and back call and a turnover by Worland. Minute and a half to go here in the fourth period. 80-47. Ty Gilbertson crosses half court. Hands off to Breck Reed. Reed bounce pass to Hutton. Hutton, top of the key. Looking for Miner. Doesn't have him. Hutton gets the ball knocked away by Martinez, runs it down, gets it to Miner right side. Miner, one dribble to Tanner Hamrick, right side. Works up toward the wing. Hamrick just lost it. But just didn't hang on to it. Was looking for the pass to Reed and just lost it. Worland with the basketball. Decker with it. Passes off to number 11, Butte. Butte guarded by Gilbertson. Little pass goes to Kidgel. Kidgel looking inside. Ball's knocked away by Reed, and Gilbertson comes up with it. Another turnover by Worland. A minute to go. Gilbertson across half court, kicks it off Tanner Hamrick. Hamrick on the left wing, now to Miner. Miner, one dribble, two dribbles, gets it off to Gilbertson. Now swing it up Hutton, top of the key, gets a screen from Gilbertson, passes it back to Gilbertson. Gilbertson. Ball gets poked away. Miner runs it down. Bronx will reset with 42 seconds on the clock. Miner, top of the key. Barrels into the lane and reach in. Do we have a jump? We got a travel. Didn't know if they were going to call a foul, a jump, a travel, but baseline official calls a travel against the sophomore Miner and a turnover by the Bronx with 36 seconds to go. 80-47. Worland basketball. Martinez brings it across half court. He's picked up by Tanner Hamrick. Pass goes right side. Butte. Butte, a couple dribbles. Pass it off to Page. That's Grant Page. Now to Martinez in the corner. He's hounded by Tanner Hamrick. Now the pass goes off to number 4, Decker, and he took. Oh, we got a. I thought he was going to call a walk. He definitely walked. One of the officials heard timeout, and so they blew their whistle. So an inadvertent whistle. They're just going to inbound from the sideline. No call there. He checked with the coach. He thought the coach said timeout. Coach said, no, I didn't call timeout. So we'll finish up this game almost as Martinez gets fouled diving to the lane. Hamrick reached in. Tanner Hamrick reached in and fouled him. Actually, they get Gilbertson on the reach. They both reached. They, I guess, flip a coin whether it was Ty or Tanner. They get Ty for the foul. 80-47. Bronx will run their record to 11-3 on the season. Shot up and good by Martinez. 4 points in the ball game for the junior. 13.8 seconds to go on the range scoreboard. 80-48. Martinez' second free throw is up, and it goes. Bronx come away with a win here. 13 seconds. They just need to run out the clock. Hutton with it. Gets it to Miner. Miner's near the volleyball line. Backs it off to the Bronx head. Turns his back. Gives the ball to Tanner Hamrick. 4 seconds. Tanner, a couple dribbles between his leg. 1 second, 0, and that ends it. And officially, the score is 80-49. Again, Bronx run their record to 11-3 on this season. Well, Great start by the Bronx. They came out in the first quarter like gangbusters. Offensively, nothing you can really complain about for the whole game. Just that stretch defensively in the second and third quarter that weren't so good. But Bronx 11-3. They'll take on Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central next Friday and Saturday down in Cheyenne. Be sure you tune in to 1410 KWYO and 106.9 to listen to those broadcasts as well. It's going to be a tough weekend for both teams next weekend, both the ladies and the Bronx, as there's some quality schools down there in Cheyenne, and on top of it, it's a long road trip. They're going to have to bring their best games to come away with a couple victories down there. Conference games, they don't matter for the seeding unless there's a tiebreaker somewhere in their quadrant. So they're important, but not as important as the quadrant games. Once again, Bronx win by a final of 80-49. We'll take a break and come back with your post game. I'm sure Coach Martini will join us as well. It's Bronx basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
Have you ever wondered what makes First Federal Bank and Trust unique? We're a mutual bank, which means our focus is on you. Unlike other banks, we don't pay shareholders, we pay our community. At First Federal Bank and Trust, your financial interests drive our decisions. Bank with us and experience the mutual bank difference, where the power of community fuels your financial success. First Federal Bank and Trust is Sheridan's only mutual bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Bronx have just defeated the Worland Warriors 80-49. It's a 31-point victory. Never was really in question here tonight as the Bronx opened up an early lead of 27-9. That's how it ended the first quarter. And Bronx, I'm sure Coach Martini is going to look at this film and he's going to have some things to say about his team and defensively where the lapses were. But all in all, I mean, the Bronx come out, they go up 11-3, or they move their record to 11-3. They are 2-1 in quadrant play. Obviously, that didn't change by playing Worland here tonight. So Bronx, we run down the scoring for you. Cale Hammer scored 17 points in the first half. He finished with 23 points. Next was Truman DeGrange. He had 6 in the first half and finished with 17 points. Nate Miner finished with 11 off the bench. Connor Bateson had 12, his most points in a game this season. Garrett Spielman was 7 points. Beck Haswell finished with 6, and Tyler Hutton added 2 off the bench for the Bronx. So pretty even scoring throughout. The Bronx offensively did a great job. They played really, really well offensively. It's just defensively, I'm sure. I'm excited to hear what Coach Martini has to say. And then next weekend, remember, the Bronx go down and take on Easton Central. Go to SheridanMedia.com. Middle of the week next week, you can find out what those game times will be. And again, JV games are always ahead, so if it says 5:30 and you turn on the radio and we're not on the air, we're just waiting for that JV game to end before we start our pregame, because inevitably the JV game will go to overtime or something, and we'll have like a half-hour pregame. So just turn it on. We know we'll broadcast down in Cheyenne from East and Cheyenne Central. Bronx take them on East is very good. Central's very good on the boys' side. On the girls' side, East is very good. Central looks to be pretty solid this year. So should be a fun matchup with two successful teams. Bronx are 11-3. Lady Bronx are 12-2 on the season. I mean, Lady Bronx won earlier today, 57-31. Just a good day to be a Bronc here in Sheridan. Home games, it's a lot of fun. Next home games, in case you're wondering, occur on February 9th. The Bronx and Lady Bronx will take on Cheyenne South. That's a Friday night, February 9th. And then they will take on Laramie the following day. That's Saturday, February 10th. And those will be the next two home games for the Bronx and Lady Bronx. And, of course, those games we will get to see. You'll get to see if you don't come to the gym because we'll have streaming on SheridanMedia.com. We'll take another short break and be joined by Coach Martini. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
It's been said that for every dollar spent at a locally owned business, it returns 3 times as much income into the local economy. Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer from Hospital Pharmacy West. The money you spend with a locally owned business stays in our community longer. It's just another way to recycle and help our community. When you shop local, we all win. Thank you from all of us at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Our team is always looking for ways to make a positive impact and invest in the communities we serve. Whether it's through volunteering with nonprofits, serving on local boards, or sponsoring organizations and events throughout the area, we are committed to helping our local communities and making a difference. Last year alone, First Bank of Wyoming employees volunteered over 1,000 hours to organizations in our branch areas. We believe that we can create real change and make a lasting impact. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Kim Hall. Are you considering selling your home or property? With ERA Carroll Realty, you'll have a marketing plan that quickly makes your real estate highly visible to potential buyers, not just here, but outside our local market. We have a multi-channel marketing approach using digital, social media, print, radio, and streaming advertising services to showcase your property. We'll get you qualified buyers, or find us at eracrc.com.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill or explore a new hobby? Sheridan College's community interest classes are the perfect way to do just that. Explore the upcoming courses, fun and engaging classes like painting, to investing, to fly fishing, or even pottery or self-defense, just to name a few. So what are you waiting for? Find out more and register today at sheridan.edu/community or by calling 307-675-0100. Sheridan College, a higher degree of you.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, Sheridan Bronx have just defeated the Worland Warriors by a score of 80-49, and I am joined by head coach of the Bronx, Coach Jeff Martini. And, Coach, I think positive first. You guys came out after a tough game last night, tough loss, road trip. You got to get to the gym early, and you come out and you score 27 points in the first quarter, and you hold Worland to 9.
Yeah, I thought our defensive energy was good to start out with. I thought we did a good job of making them super uncomfortable. I bet if you were to ask their players or coach the first quarter, they probably felt like we had 6 guys out there at times. They felt like they couldn't, get a pass through without it being tipped or, deflected or us getting a steal of some sort. So, I thought our guys showed up really good. And, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game is, if you want to be a great team, you have to bounce back. It was a late night. I think we got home at 11, and then we started games today at 10. So it's just a quick turnaround. But I thought our guys handled it well.
Coach, from up here, and I maybe harped on it a little too much as the for the listeners, but you gave up 17 points in the second. You gave up 17 in the third, and the thing that struck me that was unusual about it is you had guys getting beat individually and then not having help side there. And you used a timeout. I don't know if you were stressing defense or what it was. Obviously can't hear the comments with the headphones on, but were you just imploring the guys, hey, work through this game, work through it? Because offensively, everything was flowing great.
Well, that's what we talked about at halftime is the idea, we're not in this game, no one's goal for us, and this is no shame to Worland or anything, but our goal is never to beat Worland. It's to get better and to get ourselves an opportunity to win state. And I felt like, defensively, there was times where we just weren't even plugged in at all, and we gave wide open shots and layups and all that stuff. And part of it is, it's hard when you're up by 25 or 30 or whatever to stay plugged in. But I mean, for us, we have to take it as an opportunity to get better, and some of the guys did and some of them didn't. So we just we'll learn from it.
Well, and maybe another positive, Jeff, is you were able to get. You were able to get some guys who don't see a ton of playing time out on the court and get significant minutes today. So how'd you feel about the guys that maybe, are trying to get to that 8th, 9th in the rotation kind of thing? How'd they do today?
No, I thought they did good. I mean, I think that their attitudes are awesome. They're, I point them out all the time on film because they're into the game and they're always standing and cheering. And I want our people, our kids that are usually out on the floor to recognize that they are great for what we're trying to do. And it's great when you could get them an opportunity to get into the game and see what they do at the varsity level. I thought they played extremely hard. They took great shots. They did what they, what they're in there to do. And they obviously, they have some learning to do and some growing to do, but it's hard to do if they don't get experience. So it's good to give them that experience.
And then, Coach, final question: next week, probably toughest road trip of the year in terms of distance, time, teams you play. You get East and Central. What are you talking to the guys about this week as you practice Monday through Thursday?
We can't be scared of what we're going to go into. I mean, we have to go in and we have to be confident because we are a good team and we're just as good, I feel like, as those two teams. And so we have to constantly, get better, obviously, at a lot of different facets of the game, but at the same time understand that when we walk into the gym, we're just as talented, and so we can't get rattled. We have to be positive with one another when things don't go well, because at times there's going to be situations where those teams will go on a run on their home floor, and we have to be able to deal with it. So we're excited to get the opportunity to go and play like we always are, and it'll be tough, but it'll be fun.
All right, well, Coach, always appreciate the time. Bronx moved to 11-3 on the season. Good job, Coach.
Thank you.
Once again, head coach Jeff Martini, head coach of the Bronx, as they move their record to 11-3, improve their record to 11-3 after a tough loss to Natrona last night. Bronx win 80-49. Lady Bronx won as well this morning. Well, the final occurred this afternoon, but they started this morning. They won by a score of 57-31. Again, next week those games are down in Cheyenne. Tune into SheridanMedia.com to get the actual game times, the scheduled game times for those two games. Friday night is Cheyenne East. Saturday is Cheyenne Central, and tune into the radio, and we'll bring you the broadcast of all four games that weekend. You've been listening to another broadcast of Bronx and Lady Bronx basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.